There is something that whenever you talk about the Nazi today, there is a special hatred for those people. You cannot even, in fact, you cannot openly identify as a Nazi anywhere in the world without being looked upon as a terrorist. That is exactly that kind of image we must, as a people, we must consciously every day put it out to APC people to understand that the moment you are identified that party, you are a terrorist. Either you're a terrorist by action or by ideology. You belong, you because you cannot be saying, looking at a country like Nigeria that has been divided across. I just cannot understand it. I cannot understand it. And I will never understand it. Because for me, we have smart Nigerians across all divides. So my people, welcome to the Violence Space today. I'm just going to make sure that we keep this space as brief and as short and as precise as possible. I will be discussing about these issues. We have always on the platform, we have numerous topics. We bring up all these topics every day just to make sure that we can discuss and have a broader view of what is happening in the country. Because many people don't understand when we say these things, when we come up here. Please, you do not have to come and talk about all the topics up on the jumbotron. You can just on the topic section. Please just pick one and do justice to that topic. We are today, for me, I've spoken on where I did not have time to go on the PEPT today. Probably someone that had time for that can come up and educate us on that. But I want us to discuss today on this. I am focused more on this, the short midget of Kaduna, trying to make sure that his same format he used in Kaduna is being played at the national level. And hopefully, the Ronu party, the Ronu caucus will shut that man up and keep that midget where he belongs in the dust of history. Thank you guys and welcome to the Violence Space. I think I'll give the mic right now to my brother Otumba. Otumba, thank you very much. Jimmy, thank you. Guys, you want to every one of you and if you want to speak on the speaker section, please just indicate by raising up your hands. I'll yield the mic right now to Otumba. Thank you very much, my brother. You have the space. Good evening.
My brother, good evening, Saddam, Jimmy, Woman Nigerian, Dr. Cross, good to see you. Ibuka, it's been a while. Thank you so much. Saddam, I think while you were talking on El-Rufai, I had a sort of a slight conversation with one of the famous obedient influencers a couple of days ago, I think, and I was going through the thread because I think he had referred to El-Rufai as one of the, if not the best governors in Nigeria, and I was like, just looking at the number of killings that has happened in southern Kaduna, for someone to say a governor was successful when one of the first duties of any government is the security of lives and property. I mean, after obeying the constitution, but I think it's one of the primary functions of any government is the security of lives and property in over whatever people you're governing. So you look at the number of killings. Just borrowing words from N6. I was just scrolling up today and I was looking at this ICIR, which is International Center for Investigative Reporting. This is April 20, 2023. It says that 1,266 killed in 15 months. Now, the interesting part of this is the state government's account. So my Nigerian math comes into place where if the Nigerian government tell you 1,000 people died, I multiply it by 2.5 or at least by 3, because you know how they do things, So if we go by their number, that's 1,266 killed in 15 months. Now, do you remember this? Then it's 15 months back, so that would be around January. So basically, from like January 2022 to April 2023 was where they looked at within 15 months where 1,200 people were killed. I'm pretty sure if you do the math from when El-Rufai to when he left office, my brother, it will be in the tens of thousands. We have obedience that are resident in Kaduna. I remember one usually I got was Ari used to talk about Southern Kaduna, and then his barrier to talk about Southern Kaduna, and they talk about the horrors and the deaths, and you start reading about the unmarked graves, and spending time with parallel facts is sort of taking me behind the scenes of news that don't get reported. There was one journalist that I followed that a lot of his news every day, the ISIS are taking credit. And then, so I did some research on the guy. So this guy is a cybersecurity specialist. He's also a security specialist, but he spends time in the dark web. And if you know things about how some of these terrorist groups operate, is where they have message boards, they have groups, they have ways they take claim or claim victory for certain terroristic attacks. And I was just trying to scroll, I was looking at Kaduna, and Kaduna kept popping up on his profile. I was like, wow. So that just stuck in my head. Then cross-check that with the fact that, and I believe, I don't know the exact number, no other state in Nigeria has the number of security agencies present in Kaduna. When it comes to, when I mean security, I'm saying whether it's police installations, military installations, or whatever it is, Kaduna is one of the most, it's probably the most militarized state in terms of security agencies, whether it's barracks or whatever in Nigeria. Coupled with the fact that it gets about 2.7 billion on security votes, and yet it states to me, based on my calculation, and not, this is not official figures, based on calculations, it state probably has one of the highest murder rates, just as a state. To me, just looking at the number of people, just look at my rough math, number of people that have died in Kaduna alone since when El-Rufai took over. My brother, my one number of people that have died in the Ukraine-Russia war. So to now see El-Rufai, act as this very well cultured, well mannered. I've always said it. I fear their type the most. I fear people like him that are educated, that speak proper, but have devilish agenda. The likes of the Pantami and Co. I fear them a lot. So, and then I was having a conversation with, I think, it was Jack. I was still verified this, verified did that. Container the control Peter B did in Anambra. And I'm like, El-Rufai had no excuse not to be able to secure lives and property in Kaduna. Because one, he could leverage the amount of security or military agencies in Kaduna, which, remember when he bragged about he was going to use one of the army divisions to arrest Peter Obi? Was he at the Arewa Forum House when he was trying to make a stupid joke or he lied about Peter Obi during one election, and he was joking, that he has one division of army against arrest Peter Obi. El-Rufai could have used that to leverage, could have leveraged fixed in Kaduna. He gets about 2.7 billion naira annually on security. Yet, Southern Kaduna has experienced terror with likes of we've not seen in decades. So, which leads me to some of the conversations it's made. So, there's no other way. El-Rufai is Christian. I'm putting it out there. There's no, you cannot convince me otherwise. You are doing, you probably have Christian. What's the INEC vice was saying, he's a Christian, just like, there's a joke here in America where when someone calls a white person racist and they go to, well, I have a black friend, it's just funny. So, El-Rufai hates Christians. I'm just going to put it out there. El-Rufai is anti-Christianity. There's no two ways about it, because a lot of if you go a deep dive into people that are getting killed in southern countries, there's a common thread. They're either non-minority, non-Fulani people, or Christian or non-Muslim communities is that get attacked a lot. And when he ran for government, I think during Jonathan, when he was Jonathan, they talked about how herdsmen and bandits and I think I just can't find it. It's on record. He has probably paid for ransom, and yet the killing keep going up in southern Kaduna. So it just leads me. It's either it's incompetence or it's deliberate. I don't think it's incompetence because it's a tale of two parts of Kaduna. Northern Kaduna, since relatively peaceful, has enjoyed their development, which they like to tout. Southern Kaduna is the reverse. So it's not incompetence, it's deliberate. Because you have a state so wide where one part of it that has one particular kind of population seems to be doing very well. But the other side, it's like a war zone. You won't attend you won't attend mass burials, you won't even make statements. So it's no longer, to me, it's not competence at that point. It's not belief, not proven otherwise. So, and when we were screaming and yelling and saying, the reason why we oppose personally, okay, the state governor Christian, deputy governor Muslim. I think to me it depends on the state. There's some states where, for example, in Borno, Katsina, um, let me say, Kano, nobody really brings up the religion of the governor, deputy governor. But when you look at or same way you look at a state like Rivers State, Delta, you won't really bring up, what faith the top tickets are. But there's some states that are very diverse where you start to see, whether it's Lagos or whether it's a place like Kaduna or whether it's a place where like Oyo State, where there's a mix of two major religions. So which is why we go to look at the country where you say we're almost equally divided in terms of religion, whether it's two Abrahamic religions, whether it's two Christian. So that's why we pay attention to it. And it's because the vice presidential candidate also has ties to terrorism. So that's why we are screaming at some of our lungs saying we cannot allow this work. Do this magic, which we're going to recover our mandate. But yes, El-Rufai is someone that we find light on. And not only that, one of the reasons why I was saying based on reports and why Alex was able to think his way in APC was down to El-Rufai also. El-Rufai played a major factor in this. So he's hand. And I'm pretty sure right now, man, in the conversation, he's probably thinking of running for presidency. I know that is good. We know, and yeah, we did the resistance. I mean, so, and even before that, if El-Rufai means someone that I really have along with Buhari, they need to face the international criminal court at some point. I hope we can get to that where we can drag this, even if they're not found guilty, they have to explain to us how they precisely genocide, endless killings, and we're not able to use the resources of a country like Nigeria to fix it. How things got worse on the day. So, on the very least, whether they get tried for their incompetence or the fact that you presided over genocidal, this massacre that happened in northern Nigeria, in the middle belt Nigeria, or you're an active player. Because once you start to dig, you see some things that will make you look, oh, okay, wait. So I hope as on our journey to recover, when I'm recovered, Nigeria get to where we can drag to the National Criminal Court to give us answers, or even the Nigerian panel, like an Okuta panel, to say what really happened to you? What really happened? Why did we have so much debt than actual war? When you had
bro, honestly, yeah, when I get I don't feel like I don't feel like if I'm that person that believe all this Nigeria that man is ridiculous. Honestly,
so, but even if they how many people don't use?
this guy,
You know how
people
much blood?
died under this man, like, and
Yeah, so
you know what
and
for
it's
that?
literally only reason why all the
And the media, they want to have the people in the media. How this happen is
No,
not normal.
so that our experience the last couple of months. They always Nigerian media. So,
God,
yeah, no one is calling them.
please, guys, I just want everybody on the platform just quickly just do a Google start of how many people died in Kaduna, please. And I don't mind before you go there. I want to put the context for just understand that Kaduna State, Kaduna State should be the most secure state in Nigeria. Kaduna State,
The number of security agencies there.
yes, based on the number of our security in Nigeria, Kaduna State should be more secure than any other state, including Abuja. For some reason, they have recorded the highest number of deaths in the past 8 years under this man, and has swept under the carpet. The man has come in and he has looted that state dry, borrowed the state into debt, he has left the state with focus amount of debt to be paid, and he's still feeling like, and we see his fucking criminal children come up on social media and be battering Nigerians. It is the audacity for me. People that should be hiding their heads in shame are the ones that will come out so loud out there, dragging Nigerians, dragging obedience, causing people and even moving. Oh my God.
Yeah, my brother, for my folks in the US, it's like, let's say Alaska, why Alaska, you have a different concentration of military service members. You know, those states should now be under constant insurgency. Even California that has high military bases and doesn't have the problem California is more. You guys brought Kaduna last and they will have declared state of emergency in California. So, we have a state, not from robbery, from terrorism, genocide, mass graves, killing men, women, kids. So, I think I'm rounding up on the fall crisis. I just did laugh. Man. This year, we thought Ernst is there. Let's say we will give Ernst his profit because I remember when Ernst used to go kind of protest and it's going to hit Nigeria. My brother Joel Obidien had a recording with one APC guy. I think a couple of where the young man was talking about how much he makes per day and trying to square that what the fuck and the price of it. So my parents own a business back. And when was that? Was it? And my brother was. And one of the first conversations we had is, hey, have you been this was May. This was May. One of the first conversations I had with him. Like, hey man, bros, I have to wait though. This is the morning. Here's the prices because you know why? Of whatever good from has gone up. The cost of whatever like that morning you're talking to me about you have buy fuel. Luckily we sort of have solar. So that's when we buy fuel for the car and like that. So this war crisis and Nigerian Labour Congress, and that one that is another that's another kind of I don't think we open to because how do you go into negotiation with an unconstitutional and uh you have to negotiate on behalf of the federal government that doesn't have any official is what is in our case title. And someone tell me what it is. And you have the CBN governor, you have the Lelaki. You also have another you have the current speaker of the house acting as the chief of staff. Man, what bad is doing to the Nigerian constitution is man, I don't know what you have to we said, Buhari literally sat in the Nigerian constitution and tore it apart. This was at another level where you have an active speaker. They have a post-dated is the employment or resumption date as chief of staff. But yet, yesterday, the outgoing chief of staff already handed. You can already see him actively getting involved and negotiating. And this idiot we come and brand this that they be able to affect a strike as a victim. Are you France is on day 14 as reported by Parallel Facts of their pension reforms this thing. And Nigeria, I don't think you cannot negotiate. I don't know what kind of position where you want to offer strike and you already agreed to it. How does that make sense? Sadam, please help. Like you to me, I mean, you in business, I'm in business. I mean, the fact that the next Labour Congress friend strike is when they have things granted to a halt. That so what that does is it flips it and on a higher position. But you're not strike yet. A legitimate government that doesn't even have all this cabinet listed comes and has someone that doesn't have an official appointment comes and negotiates a deal with you. I am going to come to strike. So NLC, I don't know, man. Labour Party NLC, I don't know. I don't even know the name of NLC now. Like just a mess. So right now, I'll use my mic back to you. Good evening. It's afternoon. Your time there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Let's a minute Nigeria go. I'm actually doing something. I'll be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy said he was busy, so let me quickly just. I mean, right. Emia, good evening, Tumba, Jimmy, everybody on space. Malam, it's good to see you. You Paul, everybody on space. I know Jimmy will come and give the shout out. Uh, first, with regards to the topic on El-Rufai and APC, and I need people to first get this that the problem is, I say this every time, the problem is APC, and apparently, from all indications, it's El-Rufai that is championing that cause, and it is slick because El-Rufai is someone that naturally regarded as an intelligent person, especially if you speak with an average of any average of our brothers from the other part of the country. You know that it's almost like Tanzania as well. And I have a couple of countries that if they talk about intelligence and all that, so these are people that have so when they do some of these things they do it very slick. And I'm like, it's crazy. I personally, the video of Erika yesterday gave me a lot of cringe. No, Otumba was saying just now that maybe one of these days we need to, host a space and talk. Now, I've always been a proponent of we need to. I think people don't know what's at stake if APC runs Nigeria for the next 1 year. I don't think about 4 years. People don't know what's at stake if APC runs Nigeria for the next 1 year. It's going to be APC is not a political party, and I think the elder will know this because sometimes I think we talk about them and we just think about, oh, okay, they are another political party, and, because of the fact that for us to consider APC was to look at it as saying PDP is better. I mean, without any form of comparison, APC is not a political party. Maybe PDP is a political party that is just dominated with criminals, thieves, and all that. But APC is, I don't know. It's why, like I say every time, I always celebrate for any state that gets off APC's hold. It is why, like I said the last time, I picked people of any state. I mean, all best of luck to them. I don't wish them any bad. I really just pity them because you see why I celebrated for Kanu is because Kanu really, really. I mean, it's not as if you go to a stand, you go to a PDP, which maybe was maybe bad, but APC is not a political party. APC is really a collection of deeply evil people, as in deep-rooted evil people. That's really what it is. So I was just when I was terrified, what I just for me, I cringed because it was the way he was doing it, and there were people seated, and I was looking at those people's face, and because he was someone that was considered, intellectual, those people were listening. And the way he said it and tried to color it with some form of fairness, I think the most annoying part for me was when he said, "Oh, we plan to do it for 24 years at least. I mean, we'll do it just to, at the time we do it, so that we get to it." I mean, I'm paraphrasing what he said. I couldn't cram what he said, but I just listened and I felt deeply bad. I felt deeply bad, not from a religious perspective. I felt deeply bad because I didn't feel, to be honest, and this is me in all honesty. God knows my heart. I didn't feel bad because I'm a Christian and I'm saying someone I believe that was not. I didn't feel bad from a Christian point of view. To be honest, I didn't feel bad from that point of view. I think I felt bad from a point of view of the degree of polarization that APC is doing. I mean, it knows no bound. It literally knows no bound. Literally. So that for me was just off the hook. And because it's something that has to do with religion, and I have said it, I think a couple of Northern brothers also know it that APC doesn't represent what it stands for. APC doesn't represent what a real Muslim stands for. To be honest, I mean, I've been with Muslims. I tell people that well, where I work normally, like when you travel as young staff, and you have to they pay you guys DTAs, and you guys want to save it, so you guys don't want to go and rent just one hotel room to yourself. You want to share the hotel room with somebody, and so that you guys can split the fee, so that you can save some cash. So I have to travel with some of my Muslim colleagues a lot of the time, and believe me, even when we had to travel outside Nigeria, I had Christian colleagues that traveled with us, but I chose to stay with a Muslim colleague, share a room with a Muslim colleague. And this is someone I know so well. Like, I mean, all a typical Muslim wants to do, just lay his mat, pray, finish praying, you guys will G, anything you want to talk about. That's all. It doesn't, I mean, they don't, typical Muslim doesn't go as far as condemning you. But APC brings in this extra to their agenda that pushes everybody, and they bring narratives and that push everybody. So that El-Rufai's video for me was one thing. Like Saddam said, I mean, you would think APC caucus that are trying to foster that agenda are the problem. I personally will also tell you that the Christian community in Nigeria is twice the problem, very much the problem. So we have a Christian community, and I said this
Bro,
every time.
like, the Christian community in the South, damn them.
At the end, let me put it like that. I'm saying this from a Christian point of view. I said it every time. And I really want to urge, so obedient or people that are Christians are obedient, don't get this wrongly. See, as Christians, we serve God. Me, oh God, I don't really care about any pastor. If you will go through the Bible, you see that the biggest problem. Okay, Malam Jabri is there. Malam Jabri always asks this question. There's one idiot that his name starts with pastor. So Malam Jabri is always asking, is this guy really a pastor? And I'm like, see, within the there are people that just, because it's so easy to open church in Nigeria. What you need to open a church in Nigeria is rent a store, get your family member, and you are good to go. If you can get one or two people to arrange it for miracle, arrange it people get paid to come and do arrange it for miracle. Just come, do as if you were sick, and the pastor does as if he heals you. I mean, there are a lot of that. I've come across a big pastor before, so I mean, I was even shocked. I was shocked. I mean, I knew the person, and he was trying to tell me what he did to as a big pastor. I did. I mean, let me not go deep into that. And I just really want to tell Nigerians that the battle before us is not a battle between Christians and Muslims. It's not a battle between the South versus the North. It's really a battle between Nigerians and the evil politicians. And I'm saying this, and I want everybody to know it as a Christian or as a Muslim. So if you are here and you're a Christian and your sentiment is telling you that simply because one person, you need to go after one person because Muslim, you are playing yourself. If you are here, you're also a Muslim, and you're thinking, oh, because one person is a Christian, that's your problem. You are still playing yourself. I'll leave that at that. For PEPT, I'll just quickly say this. I think at this point, all we have to do is our role. Everybody, all we have to do is our role. And our role is to keep spreading the message that Peter Obi is in court and Peter Obi is going to get back the mandate. We need to keep spreading that message. Why the last time I said a couple of people are doing a lot of things on the background. A couple of people are doing. So if you are one of those that complain that, asking, we need to keep or not. I mean, you can keep asking questions, but I'll just really advise you and pick up your mantle and start doing something. I mean, everybody here is trying to do something. So don't come saying, oh, APC, they will do this. They will not like that. Just do something. Let us do all we can do. And let's now see how the judiciary. I said this in the last page. I said this everywhere. Almost everywhere I go. I keep making reference to when Buhari almost saw the presidential election. So please, we do something. And like last time I said there's someone that to get people in. If you belong to many obedience group, right? On WhatsApp, many of us belong to obedience group. Many of us are support group heads and all that. This person created a group where she and a couple of other persons can accumulate a summary of everyday income. And all you have to do is just copy it and go and paste it on the WhatsApp group. It's as simple as that. So, like I said last time, you still reach out to me in the DM and I can link you up to that person. As a summary, Peter Obi released a tweet this evening. That tweet was a trade of 10 tweets. After I read that tweet, I was like, God, trust me, believe me, guys, it is now or never. We cannot miss this chance. We cannot miss this chance. We cannot miss it. It is now or never. There were a couple of points Peter Obi, and this is relating to point crisis. There were 3 points, and I wrote it down that drew attention to me. The first thing he said, which he made clear, was that he has been supporting fuel subsidy removal since the time of Jonathan. And people don't really know this. Jonathan, people know this, but they don't know the depth of the implication. Jonathan wanted to remove fuel subsidy. Do you know when Jonathan wanted to do that? Fuel was 65 naira. Jonathan, if you had removed subsidy, fuel would go to 141 naira. So after Jonathan removed fuel subsidy, that made Buhari and his cohort, Tinubu and his cohort and their cohort. And I mean, I won't even blame a couple of us. I can't back then I was not really interested. I was just interested in, the old riot post my school resumption, because then school was supposed to resume January 1st, and all that. So I was not really interested. I heard the whole press of the talk, and it makes sense one way, it doesn't make sense another way. But so if they had removed first subsidy the time Peter Obi and Okonjo-Iweala had wanted to remove first subsidy, it would have been 141 naira, and it could have only gotten better from there. But people like Buhari and a couple of people, other people, and there was protest, Occupy Nigeria, and the man gradually went back to, I don't remember if he went back to 5 naira, but if you go through the price history of fuel from Nigeria after that time, you would know that we eventually passed 141 naira that Jonathan wanted to take it to, and now we are dragging with almost 600 naira, and I mean that official price, almost 600 naira. So Peter Obi had wanted subsidy to be removed. As of when it would have just been 144 naira. After that, back to 9. The other thing he said, and I like in that tweet, I'm not talking about anything I picked from that tweet. The other thing he said in that tweet was the fact that when you want to remove a subsidy, you don't bring the hardship before the cushion. You bring the cushion before the hardship. At best, you bring the cushion, the cushion, as in whatever you want to do to cushion the effect, you bring it at the same time with where you want to remove the fuel subsidy. You don't do one and say, oh, don't worry, we'll do the rest later. Don't worry, now you know yourself. Don't worry, we'll now come and cash whatever later. That's not how it works. And I'm so glad Peter Obi just only said, he made an example of Shopee that Jonathan did, just to tell us he did the old dentist illustration, but I'm glad he did not give any specific policy he would have done. I can guess a couple. I'm glad he did not give one. Then the last thing I said on that tweet, which made me smile, because it is why Bola Tinubu, and for those that are thinking, oh, maybe Bola Tinubu can implement what Peter Obi was going to do, and he will do, it is a lie. If he didn't day, he didn't day. There is nothing that Bola Tinubu will do that is able to implement what Peter Obi wanted to implement. You know why? So what Peter Obi said in the past, and I'll just read the last two tweets of that tweet. He said, if you read my manifesto, you will see clearly, and I'm reading Peter Obi's tweet, how I plan to remove subsidy. I will govern with the people and show them statistically and empirically what we are going to say and what we are going to do using the savings to better the suffering masses. So Peter Obi, and this is the best way to have no subsidy, carry people along. Peter Obi would have told us, okay, look at how much I'm using for subsidy now. This money, we will use it for next year. But this money, I'm going to invest it in power, or I'm going to invest it in the university system. The implication of that is if I invest it in power, in for the next 1 year or within the next 1 year, Nigeria will be short of at least 16 hours of power. And everybody will say, okay, let's go, let's see how it happens. And everybody would have gladly embraced this. That's how it works. But you know the point is that Tinubu cannot do that because they are going to shred all this in secrecy. They are going to steal the money. He cannot do that. That's why I said if he didn't do, he didn't do. So who don't Peter Obi said that Tinubu cannot adopt it. Why? These are a group of criminals and terrorists. So at that point, I'll use my mind. We cannot miss this opportunity. It is now or never, to be honest. I use the mic, Saddam.
Thank you very much, my brother. It is now or never. I just wanted to add one or two more points to what you said, especially for Nigerians, because you see something that there's something I want to demystify. There's anything that I will do for the rest of my life is to demystify religion in Nigeria. I will do it with my heart, with my chest, and if I'm with the whole alpha, I'll be the only man saying it and speaking about it. I will demystify religion. When I mean religion, I'm talking about the two major religions in Nigeria, Christianity and Islam, are the problems of Nigeria. People, because we don't want to believe this. And when I say the religion, I'm not talking about the practice now. I'm talking about the way it is practiced. Because when you go to other countries that are practicing, you wonder whether the Islam that is practiced in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in UAE, or the Christianity practice in Europe, in Israel, and across are different. You begin to ask yourself, our own is that we got it from we got it this region, and we have now we have turned into slaves. Now, the moment you call that person religion, the person just loses his brain. If you just call you don't even need to call it, you just call it the bishop name, or the daddy G name, or the pastor name, or the alpha name, or the you will just lose your ability. We are and that is why we are where we are, because those are the people that control majority of so many of us ability to think, ability to act. It's insane. And that's what I'm saying about religious topic in Nigeria. You see, and that is why APC are using it to run. That's why APC are using it to shine. Because they know that you people are scared of saying the truth, approaching this truth. So they will always know that when we use it our own, because when I'm telling you the truth, I know APC will tell you lies with your religion, and you buy it. They will hijack. They have hijacked. APC I'm saying this. I'm saying this for Muslim brothers here, and also our Christian brothers. APC have hijacked Islam. For falsely, they have hijacked it. Same way APC have hijacked the Pentecostals. APC have hijacked them. That's why I say the biggest of the voices in the Christian community are APC. And you see that what APC agenda, that APC Islamic agenda and jihadist agenda that does not represent the Muslim community, people are not speaking out against it. So you can get triggered when you hear other people talk about it. It is because the people that are meant to speak out against it, they're not saying anything. Your bishops are in bed with them. Your top imams are in bed with them. Your alphas are in bed with them. Your pastors are in bed with them. I not speak so that the one alpha came up and was saying what nonsense. Hey, subsidy is gone. Huh? And people that trek like 3 kilometers to that probably, I don't know whether it's the mosque or wherever they were having that meeting and we was making that speech. Well, now you could hear from their voice that they were not satisfied, but they just had to how can they talk? When we buy it, suffering and smiling. God will not come down from heaven to do anything for you people that we can do for ourselves. I just saw one of my brothers posting and quoting a tweet of someone that was praying in 2018. Nigeria Air succeed. Nigeria Air will succeed. I'm not praying again. May Tinubu regime must favor me. You people are crazy. You think it's prayer that will bring for you Nigeria Air? You think it's prayers? Oh God, oh God, oh God. Open the eyes of Nigerians. I just pray to God, because me, I have been firm on God. I believe that there's God. For those that don't believe in God, I believe there is God. But I believe that people are men and the person of God to wink and deceive our people. And our people are so ignorant and blind to reality. People are praying. You see a man that came in and stole mandate, killed people to become president. You're praying. He's regained favor me. How? We do for you personal effort or personal road or personal clinic. If you're sick, we have a special clinic that clinical bill for people that pray, may his redeemed favor you that you go to, or with the hospitals you feel not be beneficial for the whole Nigerians. And you know they will not build it because they're here to steal and plunder. These are your realities in this country. But because we have been forced to pray, I watch how I don't want to say, but I'm so ashamed of Adebo. When I watched that video, I saw where he was talking to El-Rufai and saying, that there are some problems, there is only God that can solve it. You come and meet a man that is in charge of security, who God has given power to protect the lives of about your people in state, and you tell the man that the problem that you're facing in your state, only God that can solve it. Our Nigerians, this is our generation. We need to really need to speak up to our leaders, man. Speak up to our religious leaders, because so when we're practicing our faith, and when you're practicing your faith, you can practice your faith with the pureness of your heart and intentions, and know that nobody is telling you about the Bible or the Quran or the shrine, as the case may be. You know how you can talk to your God for yourself. I understand that your religion is your personal thing. Religion is personal. It has nothing to do with normally it should have nothing to do with governance. But we are screaming here because Nigerians have been winged and have been deceived by religion. Right now, religion has mixed with governance in Nigeria. It is now they are now twins. They are now Siamese twins. If you want to win, you have to get it. Just crazy. It's crazy. But let us keep the conversation. I just want to jump that because our generation, all of that, Committee, Pastor this, Imam this, and that, I do not disrespect religion. I disrespect the people that uphold that religion. I disrespect them because it does not represent God. It does not represent human beings. People go to die in their millions and in their thousands, millions of lives being displaced across Nigeria. As we are speaking, our brothers are in IDP camps scattered across the country. The religious leaders are instead of religious leaders to go to the state conference, have thousands of Nigerians in IDP camps to say that what I see this problem you're passing through, only God can help you. For real? Did we vote in God? Did that state vote in God? Or they voting people to be held accountable? We have a very long way to go as a people in Nigeria. We have to know how we must address everyone in the room if we want to make anything go on further. But let's go with the conversation. I don't know, Jimmy, if you're ready to speak right now, you can come in. If not, we'll just open up the floor for.
I'm here.
I think you're ready. All right, good, my brother. I have the space. Good evening, my brother. Welcome.
I'm fine. How you doing, guys? Good day, guys. Welcome to another segment of VawulenceSpace. Saddam of 1 million Nigeria. All the regulars. I'm still gonna come to the name calling. But yeah, let me start by saying again, power does not corrupt people, people corrupt power. APC on market. Ganga wọn èmi ló kàn. Ẹ̀yin ló kàn láti jẹ̀yà báyìí. Ẹ̀yin ló kàn láti rí ṣégè. Ẹ̀yin ló kàn láti rí orí burúkú báyìí. I sent Saddam one video the other time. Person don dey buy beans 50 naira, water 200 naira. Ìyá máa jẹ. Ìyá máa jẹ. Sọ́nàbà bí ìyá. Una go see ṣégè. Ayé gbogbo yìí máa bàjẹ́ lá. Una dey scream now. 1 minute, ṣé na 1 minute or video one idiot dey talk say regret say you vote for this man. He don't even lament. Now later on towards the end of the conversation talk say regret say you vote for Tinubu. Ayé gbogbo yìí máa bàjẹ́ ni. Ayé yìí máa bàjẹ́ because we were screaming, we were shouting, we were telling you guys, ẹ má ṣorí burúkú, ẹ má ṣorí burúkú. No, they're not here. They're not here. We were screaming on top of our voices. We were telling them. I posted another video this evening. The woman, I don't even know what she's saying, telling me to not to Tatashi by her daughter's side. Within the interview a couple of months ago before the election, they were asking her, "What do you think about Obi?" And she was saying it. And I know say Obi can change the country, but it is cute. Obi should go and line up his queue. It's after a milocon. It will be aye gbogbo yín máa bà ẹrí ebi ló ń pa mọ́nàmọ́ná kú. Ebi ló máa pa gbogbo yín pẹ́ lórí yín òpè ni. You guys are just so stupid. All of you, you are all so stupid. You think we come here every morning, afternoon, and night, comes out. Ayé ti bàjẹ́, ebi ló máa pa ya yín kú. Now you are screaming that they're taking out subsidy. Wọ́n á ti ta kidney gbogbo yín papọ̀. Una go start dey sell una body parts small now. Ebi máa pa yín kú ni. Una go go just go dey pray for miracle. Miracle yìí ò ní wá o. Because you sold your senses. Eh? Bigots, religious bigots. I'm coming back to that. Let me do shout out to all the ways. When I screenshot all my tweets, when they show my papa, I will need that papa. When I screenshot my tweets, go they show my papa. Only buru. He called me today. He spoke to me, and he was telling me that me, I should remember the son of who I am. Oh, that your own papa, now like that, Nigeria be. Say till date, Nigeria still be like that. If my own children Nigeria still go be like that. I say yes, sir. I say you see that's the thing. You don't stand up to speak the truth. I say you are one of the problem of that country. I am one of the problem too, right? But I'm doing the right thing now. I'm speaking, and I'm doing the right thing right now. What are you gonna do? And he tagged me. He said, Mr. Justice, I should be careful. I will reply and later. Baba, Mr. Justice, because if they call me Mr. Justice, he be my papa, so Baba, Mr. Justice. Let me say to my Yoruba, this is the point at which they try to break you. This is when they will use your family members to break you, to pull you back. They will now start telling you, don't tell money to say, remember the son of who we are. Don't get involved in Nigerian politics. So who's going to do it? This is what people say to their kids. This is what parents say to their kids. That pull them back from protesting, that pulls them back from joining politics. I told them, I'm in trouble. This is my stand. It is going to be just me standing on top of it. So be it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm standing on the right part of history. I know that clean and clear. So he has that mentality that it's been like that even before his father, and he wants to leave it that way. No. At a point in time, we have to put our foot ground and say, enough is a freaking enough. But I don't blame him. He sent me a couple of videos afterwards. He is a victim of conformity experiment. He's been misinformed in a very, very terrible way. Propaganda up and up left and center and everything. You see, what we're doing, I keep saying it. When you do what no one has ever done before, you will see what no one has ever seen before. I consider myself a beacon to this movement. And the moment they send my dad to me, that talk to your son to pull back. That one people talk to me, so me to pull back. I'm not going to quench the movement. It's a beacon that will fade for a while. Someone else is gonna light it up. I'm not gonna let that happen. I told him the last judgment towards this election is when we get the last judgment from the Supreme Court. So you don't worry yourself. Make sure you eat very well. You take your medication. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. They will use your pastors. They will use your imams. They will use your parents. Don't be too scared to speak to your parents. They send you to school. Show them you are educated. Show them you're enlightened. You know the difference between right and wrong. He's been in that system. He likes that system. He wants to be part of that system. He wants to die in that system. I refuse to be part of that system no more. And when I was sending him my message, I told him, you are the problem. You're one of the problems in that country. So I am. But I'm doing something about it. We're not just going to be complaining about it. So all of now, when they screenshot on my tweet, Murasi, I will just start. I don't tell them. They should start tuning in Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And posting. We are getting more on VawulenceSpace Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Come and listen. Come and listen to the truth. The truth they've been keeping away from you guys. The lies they've been feeding you through their mainstream media. Come and listen to the real truth. We give it to you the way it is. We're not coming. No one is bankrolling us. No one is sponsoring us. We're here to speak the truth. This is a movement. Has come to stay, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. There is nothing. Listen to my voice, people. I don't care who is listening, but listen to what I'm saying. If you're obedient, you support what Peter Obi stands for, you are on the fucking right side of history. Wake up in the morning and say that to yourself. Be proud of yourself. APC PDP. Ayé yìí bàjẹ́. Ọkàn yín ò lè balẹ̀. Ẹ lè ní ìsinmi. Are you seeing the madness going on in court? Did you see what happened yesterday? 25%. How many mainstream media carried it? Àwọn olórí burúkú. They've been bankrolled. It's what they tell you. It's what they want you to hear. They send out there. Did you see what they said a couple of days ago? Has been turned down. It's not time from court. I don't care who's bankrolling, who's paying you guys. Look, Nigeria is not for anybody. It is our country. We've been docile for a long time. Very, very long time. But no more. No more. We are not taking that anymore. This is the time we stand and say enough is a fucking enough. Guys, you're on the good right side of the history. I congratulate you. I welcome you. And I am certain we are winning this court case. We are winning this court case. Be the one people will be like, how did you guys do it? It is not magic. We stood our fucking ground simply because we knew we won the election, and we won the election. It is as simple as that. Judges, don't take out of the judgment. Don't add to it. Give us what we deserve. Give us what we earn. That is what we're asking for. That is all. The evidences are overwhelming. We have absolute confidence. As long as you go through the law, we are reclaiming our mandate back. I have to single out, not announced. I have to single out. 25% yesterday. It made it obvious. It was one of the best days of my life during this election period because coming up from not just from any lawyer, INEC lawyer. INEC lawyer. Corruption has weighed us so much in Nigeria that it will be strange for us to do the right thing. Doing the right thing seems like a craze. Who is this one? They will look at you like, which planet is this one from? That is how we are in Nigeria. I'm not proud of that. Someone sent money to Obedience yesterday, and they wanted me to send it to their dollar domiciliary account. I couldn't, simply because I'm a Nigerian. I have an account with them, and I want to send it to Nigeria. They don't trust my ass. I don't blame them. They don't want to have anything to do with corruption because it's a rot in the system. They don't want to involve themselves. That is how bad it is. Obedience, stand your ground. We're reclaiming our mandate back. Moving forward. Wait, Egbere of Kaduna. I don't know that one since. All his shortcomings has been compensated by his son. That one we like say swallow Viagra or swallow train toy. That one can't stop for a neck. That one we be say resemble person where you don't go use money pay go look. That man is demonic, and this was what I told our principal the other day. Now all these kind of useless people, they want me to apologize to. Don't apologize on our behalf. They translated the video. He said it. That was their intention. But obviously, he doesn't want to say it during the campaign. But we heard the whole thing. We saw people that understand Hausa, they understand what he said and they translated it. We saw the whole thing. You see what they're trying to do? You see the kind of confusion that will happen amongst them. But I say now we go be referee. Now we go be referee. We won't get involved. Now we go on the talk from our past say this one you never slap this one. Oh, this one here. Now don't forget this one. That is what is going to happen. Take it or leave it. It has never happened in Nigeria before. It has happened in Africa before. We will sack Bola Ahmed, Omar Soki. He goes talk now. APC, PDP, I was on my mindset. They talk, say, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you let all those monetary states be a problem? It doesn't make them you can't go with it. Talking nonsense. They don't like it when they listen to the negative. They can't stand the fact that this man is not going to be there. The man knows he's not entitled to that. He just wants to go there to recover the money he has spent. And you see that like former president of Nigeria, it will then go come out for that. He name no go enter. He name no go enter. Say maybe they collect one kind of reality. Only happen. He name no go come out. And all the people have said that will reclaim our mandate. I don't book my account. When it's done, I will send you a reminder message. Say, I don't tell you now before. How much? I don't tell you now. Okay. Conformity experiments, guys. Don't forget. They keep using that every single day through the media, their religious leaders, their traditional leaders, and community leaders. People you look up to, people you expect. Listen to what Saddam was saying earlier on when the Imam was speaking to them. They felt reluctant that they sell them bobo, and they sat down. Reluctant, absorbing me. They don't want to talk. They don't want to offend. What are you saying? Or no, they sat down there polite, listening. They don't want to offend man of God. You need obedience. Stand your ground. We have a lot. We're doing what we're meant to be doing. Don't let anybody talk you out. Don't let anybody discourage you. That is how Nigeria has been all the while. That is how it has been since our forefather. Yes, there's always a beginning and a end to someone. Are you going to be part of the end? You might not be the one that started it. Be part of something. Be part of history. I will be part of history. I don't care who's on my side or who's not. I don't care. I will be part of history. On that note, I'll use the mic now, but let me use this opportunity to just welcome our regulars. You know how we do it. Let me welcome our regulars, and I'll probably do it. I'll try and do it a couple of times today. I will try and do it a couple of times today because, man, a lot of people in my DM, greet me, call my name, mention my name. I think I will start collecting money now because if I collect money, they hear your name now. I will don't turn millionaire for this app. I swear down. So if you want me, I hear your name. I will hear you twice. I will even call you Otumba 71, Otumba 72, or now only you I see. So if you send me money, now only you you go hear Otumba like 500 times. If the whole song finish. Otumba 81, Otumba 92. So this one when I do my DM, they say, send me money. I guess if you send me money, then we can talk. But for now, we go see the two, and as you come talk, we go to DM. And sorry, it's like the algorithm has done it in a way that people with blue ticks comes up first. So what I'm going to do is I'll try and take some blue ticks, and I'll go to the children's church with the down children church session with the down there to help some more people too. But yeah, so that's what's gonna happen, guys. So let's go. Hello, hello. Oga Saga, Otumba, Melmini Nigeria, Auntie Kolale, Holy, Odududu, Sewe, Real, Alan Jabir, Dr. Brock, Ebuka, Last Man, Adamu, JP, Oga Mike, Obedient, Omega X, Mr. Derek, Olawaski, Derek, BPR, Nayomi, Antonia, Mr. Wentz, Larry Yeti, Mrs. Ray, Mr. Jack, go. Oh, God will sing. Oh, I got it. If I don't get, I deny it. It's not all up. GK, Melumi, Abrani, Antiela, Illuminator, Mr. Comrade, Mr. Apu, Ayobami, Ọmọ Ìlọrin, Mr. Taiwo, Ọmọrúnmi, Mr. Macaulay, Kembera, Rika, Attackers, Incoming Virus, Uncle Winston, Ogadage, Ragnarok, Kandaki, Mr. Lamidi, Ernest, IBM, Captain Niger, and Mr. Zeno, El Khalifa. Thank you guys. I love you. Back to you now, Saddam.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. That's a Jimmy show. Thank you very much. All right, guys. I think there's a special guys. Those are listening to us on our Violence Space video, and on the Violence Space YouTube channel and on Indian YouTube channel also. That cannot join this conversation. Big shout out to all of you. You guys are all left out. Now call your name, so we know that you guys are listening to us on YouTube, 71, 72, 73, yeah. And also then jump onto the comment section. I think that's one of the part of this platform. And voices that do not want to come up to speak, and probably you come up to request the mic and the mic cannot get you on time. Just drop your comments in the comment section. We will always share the comments, and we have some. I think I'll start with the comments. I'll yield the mic to William and Judge, bringing up speakers. I think I'm going to start with Christmas. I was the things can go on all streaming platforms. Yeah. So, all right, we are live, guys. Come and join Box Synagogue and Shrine of Violence. Ready for facts and figures with the church of Bass Bros, their father. That's what I can see up here in the church with us. Kaduna State, 1,266 killed, 4,973 kidnapped by terrorists in 15 months. Article dated April 19, 2023. 1,200 people. So you understand it. On the platform right now, we have 1,000. I think we have like 1,400 of us on the platform. And inside this platform now, imagine 1,400 of us on the platform now. Take away 200. 1,200 were killed in 15 months in Kaduna. You know, when we do all these numbers, don't look at the Nigerians just numbers. Put yourself in the shoes of these people, put yourself in the families of these people that are hurting, and you understand why it's important to have this discussion. All right, let's go on the next said, welcome to VawulenceSpace, the home of facts and figures. Stay tuned for another great conversation. We have come this far, we can't stop now. We are fighting till the finish, and together we can. I believe so. Welcome to another great day with the number one space. While please follow Violent Facts for real news. Number one hashtag VawulenceSpace. That's really right. I see you, my sister. Thank you. Dog Eat Dog too. That's the song I played earlier on. Let's just take a couple of comments when we come back to you, real well-being Nigeria. The number one Twitter space is up and running. Join us. Make sure you have your gadgets on and remember to do your price of offering immediately enter the tutorial. I see you, man. Thank you very much. List of people that always come to the Church of Violence late and all right, guys, let's do this one. I think this is for you guys. List of people that always come to the Church of Violence late and reasons. One, diaper. Two, Nazir El-Rufai, his short and job can't jump the boss. Weekend, due to excessive overflow, he dragged this afternoon. He slept off. Now, Maurice, what are you doing? Please keep it easy. Please don't press your neck. All right, guys, let me put the mic back to Roman Nigeria. Nigeria can come to us. Let's first come, first sound. I know how you do it, so I'll go to that. But please, guys, keep the comments coming in. I will be taking my part in all the comments as it comes. Thank you, guys, and I hear the mic. Well done.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. I was actually going to say we'll probably do one better. You know, for those I think I'm going through like a YouTube channel every once in a while to see comments. Yeah, I was watching on YouTube, so greetings to you guys. I know Saddam have greeted you guys before. I see a couple of people actually. I can see Madam Stella do the post comments on the YouTube channel, VawulenceSpace YouTube channel, saying welcome to church. She actually said it's not church. She actually spelled the name last time. Welcome to church. Yeah, that's how she said it. And thank you very much, Madam Stella. I know Madam Stella is also probably somewhere here. Thank you very much. Okay, let's just quickly go to our speakers. Of course, we start with the lady. There's also men voice. So let's start with our mommy in the house. Mommy Bolanle, please go ahead.
Good evening, well meaning Nigeria. How are you? Saddam.
She's not on the space now.
I am here. How am I not here? I'm here.
What do you mean? She's not on the speaker section. Check.
Okay, I think call me like this. Call me like this. Yes. No, I'm not speaking. She's already speaking. Go ahead, Bolanle.
Oh, okay. I was about to like drop myself and come back. Jimmy, how are you? Jimmy, you need to send your dad to me. I'll give him the style I used to curb my mom. Now she won't argue when it comes to politics. My mom no longer argues because I won her in 2015. She told me I didn't know Nigeria politics. When it all happened, she turned around. I was like, hey, so now when I say A, my mom too says A. And if she, if she moves too far to the left, I block her. She blocks me back and we unblock ourselves. Or we kind of know. And that's where I want to start. Going back to what you were saying about the way we have not been involved in politics is why Nigeria is like it is. I remember my mom always saying that it was like riffraffs who haven't been to school, who aren't educated, that start from, local government chairman and they move their way through the ranks that are in politics, forgetting that we had the Nnamdi Azikiwes, we had the Awolowo wars. So yourself. Hi, Sada. We had he just knocked off my screen. We had all those people. They were educated, most of them educated abroad. Very intelligent, very knowledgeable. I mean, likewise, when you think of Aminu Kano and all of those people, they were not riffraffs. So it is for some reason our parents' generations decided that they were going to steer us away from politics. And that's why Nigeria is like it is. Because I can remember every time I used to go home, we had always had an argument because I told them I am not paying bribes. If everyone is paying a certain amount, I am not paying extra so that I can jump the queue. If I come back to the UK, I will join the end of the queue like everybody else and wait my turn and things like that. And she will say, you know how the system is, it's different, is this when Emma lived in the UK in her teens, right? It took us back when me and my brother were 9 and 10. So it's like you would think that having had that opportunity to see the outside of Nigeria and how things actually work, she wouldn't be. So, like, I don't understand it, but I am glad that we are no longer, we're waking up. Most of us are anyway. And the rest, when hunger killed them, they woke up too. That said, I saw a thread on Twitter about El-Rufai, and I was like, I read it. They were like, it was going on and on and on. I wouldn't to the end. I shared it. So, and then I saw the video. I knew it wasn't in English, but I was like, my son he'll understand what they're saying. And I was like, is he saying what everyone said he's saying? And he was like, yes. And one has to just conclude that this man is evil, right? He is evil personified. Because how else do you sit, right, as the governor of the state, right, and allow people. So basically, what he's saying is that there's a two-tier system running in the state, right? Where some people are more citizens of Kaduna than others. Because I can't understand how, that amount of blood left him. And the thing is, he's not even hiding it. You see, somebody who wants to hide it will be doing condolences, will be going around the communities and, be doing all the prayers and wishes and all the rest. Attention. It's not even acknowledged, as if these people were not living, breathing human beings. I mean, I, I would expect that now that he does not have his immunity from prosecution, that people from the state will drag him to the international court just because, hey, come on, because how? It's not even possible. And because it has been Southern Kaduna, how many times have you heard anything happening in the North, which is what Saddam said? The man is just evil. And yes, there has been an agenda. Unfortunately, my Southwest brothers and sisters who are busy doing Yoruba Rono and Awalokon, eh, failed to see failed to see what was going on because they think that it's not coming to them. Let us be clear about this. The reason why Usman Danfodio was not able to spread political Islam right past the middle belt is because the middle belt stopped them. Right, the middle belt is your only protection right now because police or army or whatever armed forces generally are not going to come to save you. Right? And this middle belt is being decimated. We talk about Katrina, fine, but what about the other states? That every day, I follow Stephen Pepper, and sometimes when I see him tweet, I don't want to read it because I know I'm going to cry because I know some people would have died unannounced, uncared for, just numbers. That's what they have. At this rate, unless we start sitting up and understand what we are contending with, right? It isn't Islam because Islam was in Nigeria before Usman Danfodio came. It was practiced alongside traditional religions. It's what was in the Southwest, which was why the Southwest brand of Islam, the political Islam does not recognize Yoruba Muslims as true Muslims, right? Because it was all embracing. It was all embracing, right? But people they think it's all about politics. Oh, we are in power. What doing at the you will know what's up because if it's not going to stop there. You already had a taste of it. Give you a little taste of it in our. Or you people just want, you think it's all about, people, lessons will be learned and people will cry. Let us make it very clear. People will get our mandate back because we won the election and we have the evidence and we'll prove it in court. I'm not even worried about this. I am worried about what is going on in the interim. 8 years of killing, 8 years of targeted killing. Yes, there are villages that are sacked in Katsina, in Zamfara. We know that, right? We know that. But the vast majority of people being killed are Christians and minority tribes, right? And if it doesn't invoke in you some form of fear, then there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. You're not human. You're not human because I get emotional every time because in my mind that is somebody's child that was killed, it's somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's grandfather, somebody's and this is the Nigerian government, Buhari and El-Rufai especially, right, have overseen the highest number of people being killed in the shortest period of time when we are not at war. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make. You see, as for fuel crisis, lessons will be learned. I'm sorry, I do not have any sympathy for any APC person who suddenly see the light. In fact, it is not just light. They should see the sun and the moon. I don't care. That is the problem. As far as I'm concerned, they better not enter my DM, because even if I am giving up my last 5p, I will not give it out to an APC supporter, especially those from the Southwest, because I feel like they are the worst of us, right? And somehow there has to be consequences. And if they suffer, I want them to suffer till we get our mandate back for a little bit, so that I can rub it in a little bit more. Because otherwise, what's the point? We have to rub it in, you know. And as for our Christian leaders, you know what? I went to Catholic school, right? And the one thing I love about Catholic leaders, especially in the North, they're never silent. They're not scared. Our all Pentecostal pastors have corn, have greed in their eyes, are busy preaching prosperity gospel, and not taking into consideration the fact that the congregation that they're becoming rich off, right, are suffering. They don't care, because how silent were they during the election? And now, if we start dragging them, they'll be saying, the Bible says, do us no harm, blah, 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 blah. Fuck off, the whole lot of you. Because the Christian leaders that we know of old were fierce people who actually stood up against justice in society. This Nigeria brand of Christianity is not skating. It, in fact, Nigeria is the most religious country ever, right? And what do we have to show for it? 133 million people in extreme poverty. That is what we have to show for it. People dying left, right, and center with no Christian leader talking out. We had a vice for 8 years. People being slaughtered. This man did not talk. When I remember, is it 2018? I can't remember his name, who was doing early morning preaching, and they slaughtered her and what have you. She was a member of this church. Did they say anything? No. They didn't say anything because you know how it is now. They want power. And Jimmy, one thing I want to say before I yield the mic is power, right? It is not about, they say absolute power corrupts. No, I think that absolute power reveals who you are anyway. Because I don't believe will have the power of the presidency, right? And he would treat Nigerians the way they treated for argument's sake for the last 24 years. It's not, I mean, it's like, it would be unheard of. In fact, we would have to say maybe somebody switched him and it's a double, and that double doesn't have the same personality. No, what we are seeing is the manifestation of eroded values, right? We focus on the wrong values. It will be said throughout the campaign about this money without enterprise. Everybody wants money. I don't want to work. Yeah, I mean, I'm wrapping up. I'm on the bill of the road. I do apologize. Let me just use at this point. I can always come back later. Thank you. I use the mic.
All right, thanks, Mommy Volanle. I get kind of crazy. Every time I think I'm think how, like, I mean, I know all these all for the better, judiciary, but a part of it just really happening very. I mean, now we shouldn't be talking about religion. I mean, we should just be talking about development. Development. It's quite unfortunate. All right, let's quickly have. I think we've traversed almost the whole of Nigeria. Let's get our. Okay, just dropped. Okay, let's quickly go to.
Sorry, before you
Yeah,
go,
go ahead.
let me say this real quick. You see, what we're doing comes with a price. Take it or leave it. So it's either you're ready to pay the price for it, you see people come at you, they'll abuse you, they'll attack you. It comes with a price. When you try to fight corruption, it fights back. You listen to what happened to Kunjoela. She narrated the whole thing. There's a video going around on social media about what happened, the sacrifices. But there's something I picked up from the story. They gave her the condition at which they will release her 80-year-old mother. Is it 83-year-old mother? And she spoke to her father. and they both agree that they will not intervene. How determined are you to fight corruption? They will come at you. That is exactly what is going on now with Iyabo. Corruption is fighting back, but I love the way she's handling it. She's not refusing to pay. She's making it clear. What have I earned? Or how did you come up with this amount for me to pay this? It is obvious that they are targeting her. They want to use this to punish her because of her stand politically. Guys, it will happen. And that's why I keep saying it. When you do what no one has done before, you see what no one has seen before. We are doing a good thing no one has done before. And we will see a good thing no one has ever seen before in this country. When you fight corruption, it fights back and it fights dirty. Guys,
Oh, Jimmy, we have to burn down APC. APC has to die. APC has to die.
it is now.
APC has to die.
It is now
In this
or
time,
never.
in this season, these Nigerians we must kill APC. We have to end that party. That party has to end that of as a terrorist, the groups of the Nazis, that party has to die. I'm saying this because if we don't kill APC, Nigerians joining us together from the east to the west, to the north to the south, we don't join us and kill APC, we kill Nigeria.
One by one.
APC, we kill Nigeria.
One by one. And it's not even about
I think Jimmy, in our last one, remember when I was saying that the worst corruption that happened in the history of Nigeria, the worst corruption in our history since independence, join all the corruptions up until to Jonathan, join all the corruptions together and add it, multiply it by 3, it's up to what the APC stole in 8 years under Buhari. That is the worst period in the existence of this country. We were saying it, you were saying, yeah. Are you not seeing the they go pay to play? They do not rate you people.
Jesus
they
Christ.
don't rate you people.
Hey.
Kai.
Bro, Rebs came out. They are saying, it's now confirmed that look at this video. You know, since when we don't know in Sakapaki, they come out now, they start say, it's a fraud. All those Rebs, all of them, they are all compromised. It is we that we are speaking up. And I said it. We growing up in Nigeria, we should be part of that corruption. But guess what? But we knew, we now know that it's a bad thing. And knowing something is bad and doing something about it is moving forward. It's progress. Why that telling me that it has been happening since his own father has been alive and he died and he too now is old, healthy, and that's how you want to live your own life. I don't want to live mine like that. I don't. I'm putting my foot down now. I will do whatever I can do within my own power. I will do it. It's better to speak than not to speak at all. It is better to speak than not to speak at all. And in case you guys don't understand, it's not just about saying we should hold on till the next election cycle. Here's the thing. If Bola Tinubu had won the election, we won't like it. But we'll take it and move on. But he did not win. So meaning even if there is another election period, the same thing will still happen. So this is the time to nip it in the bud. This is the time we put our foot down because we freaking won that election. We won that election. And I keep telling people, I'm not tired of reminding people. A woman getting pregnant and carrying the baby for 9 freaking months. 9 months. I mentioned this yesterday. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. That is 9 months. 9 months is the exact period a woman carries a baby in his belly until she puts to bed, until she goes into labor. And labor happens to be the name of our party. Giving birth is the priority. It's the paramount thing to do. We don't even care if it's natural or cesarean. Giving birth is the problem. And so now we give birth. And someone wants to carry that baby. Let me use my own as an example. When my wife was pregnant. I want vanilla ice cream. I will run, go store, come back. Chocolate. Not chocolate I want. I will run, go back again. And you know, get strawberry. Let's try. When did they happen? I just wait. The last time I just pack all the flavor where they carry go out. That's just one day. Another day, maybe na elephant suya. Different kinds of mad appetite. She come to finish. One slave will carry that baby out. God will punish. You can't steal from a mother and not expect the wrath of a mother. That is what is going on now. You've stolen a 9-month-old baby, and we want our baby back. This is the last time you will steal from Nigeria, and we are reclaiming our mandate back once and for all. And so everyone's saying we should be the way Senegal is right now. To be in record that Nigeria went through something like that without even doing any riot, any protest, and we did it clean. We set a new precedent on ground. Made a new of what is new. It's a different level entirely. Obedience. We are making history. Just go along, okay? Go along, play along. No retreat, no fucking surrender.
All right, thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you. Otuba, you want to say something?
Yeah, well, I think the Senegal, what Jimmy touched on really, um, yeah, I think it caught me, and I was like, because a lot of people we've had that conversation privately and things like that, and I'm like, Senegal. We can we afford the Senegal constitution? That's a question for everybody, just for me. But Jimmy, you're right, man. You're spot on point. We did it the right way. We did it without go ahead, back to you, Nigeria.
Yeah, okay. Like someone said yesterday, it's good that in Senegal we had to amplify it. Well, because not really because personally, and I know every opinion does not will not be yes, but I don't think any of us enjoy going to court or reading constitution. The only reason we are doing that is because it's going to be unfortunate because so there's this saying that those that make peaceful revolution impossible now make violent revolutions. Personally, and I know for a lot of opinions, just our country, really. But we need to draw attention to what's happening in Senegal. I think the judiciary and everybody that needs to know that there's something at stake. There's something at stake. We really don't have Nigeria. Because one thing is said, one thing is said, when they are judiciary, if they don't do the right thing, then everybody cannot say, oh, okay, and we now know that there's no way, there's no other way. We can put power to the people. So, but for now, we need to go through that legal means. We need to try legally possible. That's why it's important we are doing what. All right, let's quickly take our speakers. We are just going to take in speakers for 5 minutes. You can do it in 4 minutes. Better because we have so many speaker requests. I wouldn't want to interject. Sometimes your submission time is running down. I'll just, bell and you would hear the bell and just know. Please know when I hit the bell, it doesn't mean you are not making sense. You are making sense. But just know that I'm looking at the number of requests when I'm hitting the bell. So that's why. Thank you very much. All right, we'll go with Ebuka. I know Ebuka was one of the first persons to come up. Ebuka, I'd like to go sabbatical.
Well, what you talk? I don't hear you.
I said you go on sabbatical.
On my sleep, I just relax first, clear my mental health before this go out. Got me mad. I swear I just calm down. But I do now. I'm like, how far, man? Let me just go straight to the point, man. El-Rufai, I've always said that this man, like, he should be in jail after this government not finding the spot as what happened in Kaduna massacre. And the truth is that most of these churches, they never put it. I've been calling them out since. Some people were telling me, oh, it's not like that, it's not the church, blah 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 blah. I thank God the video of this today when Adiboye was thanking this man, saying that the man was good, was doing well, everything was okay. That was when they kidnapped 2 leading pastors. And the next I heard was that after that meeting, I think the next following days, the regime pastors were released. Wow, what a miracle! But other priests that were kidnapped, one of them, most of them were killed. It's crazy, oh. It's crazy. Some people will tell me that, oh, Saul, Saul changed to Paul and was not, was Saul was killing Christians. And then, Omo, this one, will El-Rufai ever change to Paul? No one that has not stopped.
Oh, that's gonna ridiculous.
Eh? Like, will El-Rufai ever change to Paul? They tell me Saul killing Christians and change to Paul. Where will this one, where will El-Rufai change to Paul? Because the Christians are still dying. How many Christians would need to die before he changes to Paul? Every time. Southern Kaduna, this, Southern Kaduna, that. You say, oh, yeah, the prophet of old were speaking to power. Elijah did. They would ginger, like, you don't care. God said I should tell you this, and they'll say it to your face, whoever you are. But now everybody's just keeping quiet, keeping cool. I did not say anything. So I don't know if election will happen. No. God did not tell me this one, no, that one, no. I don't want, to me, I've already said that. I don't want to start criticizing pastors and this thing. Let God judge them. Let God judge them. But it's so painful. And you see your fellow Christians, who you call Christians, being killed, and you just keep short. And what you just know is just to multiply your church and build church and do cutting of ribbon. Meanwhile, some Christians cannot even worship, go to the states. I can't even speak out. And you go and hail the person, the command. Like, Qatar is supposed to be the safest place in the north. So the military installations are there, but every time these guys are being killed. I thank God the video you talk about came out. When I was saying this, some of the Christian churches were like, blah blah blah. They're not really sure. El-Rufai has said his mouth that thank God Tinubu won. That the next 20 years, he didn't even win. Tinubu didn't win. That Tinubu rigged. And the next 20 years, actually, Muslim will take over. He said it in the video now. It's not from my mouth. So now, we will see it. All of us will be here. But we thank God that by September, we just collect our mandate back. We set everything. Then for the fall crisis, this man, you want to copy manifesto. You don't know the how. I'm even vexed for Peter. I don't know why he even granted an interview, giving them small expo on what he could have done. Like, now you see what will happen. People now they will now bring us statistics and say, okay, this is where we'll put the money in. Like, they want to be like, oh, they are the ones that are smart. Peter don't give them small expo. It's not fair. Peter, like, this thing is to a trade secret. So that when you enter there, you do it and you're like, yes, I do this thing. Now everybody now, when they now do this thing, and they'll feel like, oh, they're the ones that. So for me, this fuel crisis is bound to happen because an illegitimate president was sworn in, someone that didn't get the 5% next was sworn in, and he decided he wants to do anyhow. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The thing is, I don't think Tinubu can produce the template that we want him to run with. But let him try. Let's for the next couple of weeks I will be there. Let him try. Thank you very much. All right. I wanted to go to, but I know you just came up, so let me allow you to take a breath. Let me go to Senwen. Senwen, please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening from this end. I greet you, Emir Matumba, Jimmy, everybody, upper echelon and the back of church. I greet all of you. All right, so very quickly.
Children section.
Okay, now children section, they call them an overflow. Let us just call them overflow.
Jimmy, they call for you. Those people
they don't do my DM already. Now why are the people? They don't do my DM already.
Okay.
Do my DM.
All right. So I'm going to just on one major part, which is every other thing, it's with us. So let's not bother ourselves. So now, I'll start with this. The man El-Rufai is demonic. I call him El-Rufai. Now he has lost many children, probably the best of his seeds. There was one that died in Abuja on the car crash. He was driving high and intoxicated. There was one that died in the UK from complications around her health due to an accident. There was another one. The numbers are ramping high. So when someone asked, is he using them for blood money or whatever purpose, for power or whatever, only God knows. But he is demonic and he's used to death. He has even said it that he doesn't even know how he survived this long. That he expected that he would have been dead long ago. So if someone expected that he would have been dead long ago, do the math. Why is he alive? Okay, so he has overseen the death of several people. Patrick Yakowa for one, Mailafia, Southern Kaduna mass burial, all over the place. The numbers are high. Deaths of people who their only crime was being stuck with a bigot while protecting their ancestral land. So, like it has been reiterated, this fellow has made sure that there is a clear division between the north and the southern Kaduna. And it's so great that they don't even want to speak about each other. They don't want to speak about the ills happening in each other's space. He created it. He put in the Muslim ticket. He has hoisted that same idea into the national level, but we are collecting our mandate. So no fretting. El-Rufai has, with his cohorts, never been held accountable. He has done things unchecked. And like I was telling someone some days ago, these kind of people now, they wouldn't walk the streets of their city. But anybody who sees them should please give them some 2 by 2 on their heads. They deserve it. They really deserve it. Let us keep records of all the data out there about those people that have been bedeviling our nation, all of them from every divide, be it religious, be it, traditional ruler, whoever it is. Let's keep the records of them. That record that was brought out by the Dubai informatics that told us about the people that are sponsoring the menace happening in Nigeria. Let's hold it close to our hearts because we will need it for a day that is coming. I don't know how, but those who have the ability and skills should follow the breadcrumbs, the money trails, those onshore and offshore accounts. If we have people with skill and capacity to find this trail, you will know who is sponsoring what and what they are doing with those monies that are going here and there. If you follow the breadcrumbs, you will know where it leads. As much as peace is a way to go, I hope Nigerians can become very angry by what these people are doing to hinder our collective progress. Nigerians need to awake from that slumber. We have been put on a rest mode because of religiosity, not spirituality, religiosity. We practice the wrong end of every form of religion in Nigeria, the extreme part of it, the part where your mind doesn't need to do any work. All you need to do is just follow whatever is said to you. I am not a problem to Nigeria. I've never been one. I wouldn't start being one, but I want Nigeria to cleanse. I want a nation that actually works for us all. I'm tired of bantering about how I should look good. Yes, I've seen your hand and I'm going to be ending now. I'm tired of bantering how I should look good because someone else is trying to make me feel that I'm missing out of something good. We're not missing out of anything good. Nigeria needs saving. Let's save it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Thank you very much. I mean, there's something said at the beginning of your solution that's so profound. Aaron, I don't know. I know people here that people is just banter. They are just trying to drag him. I mean, I don't know. For me, I really see El-Rufai as a demon. I know it's a demon. I think people think of demon because of, I don't blame you. Hollywood that put it in your mind. That demon has to be people that are carrying long finger and doing how to do Calabar. Please, believe me, demons nowadays wear suit and tie. They wear Babariga. They look and sound intelligent every now and then. El-Rufai is a demon. Take it or leave it. Anyway, let's go to Chini. After which we'll go to call Mr. Lexi.
Hello, church members. How you guys doing? Anyway, greetings from this side. It's interesting that in just the past 7 days, we've seen an unseen from the subsidy removal to the The airplane that was printed, the naira devaluation. Now we are seeing validation that Nigeria is they intend to Islamize Nigeria. All in all, in just 7 days. So I don't know what's going to unfold in the next days. It's a lot of drama. But I want to speak about a few crises. I think one of the things I've deduced from all of these activities about the fuel crisis is that you know that Tinubu and all these activities within the Lagos state is centered around the Agbero, the revenue plan of Agbero and all of the collection. And now he has taken it to a Pro Max level because it's very obvious. It's more like you're remitting cash to some guy up there, you know, at that Yoruba state, Jagaban. Everybody collects money, percentage goes to Jagaban's pocket. This is what is happening. Nigerians are paying Jagaban. Like he has, when you do something like you've gone to international level, this one is another level of stealing, another level of crime. Every 1 liter of petrol in Nigeria is there's an Agbero court. Oh Jesus. There is a revenue court going to bats and rats for God's sake. They have turned us, they have roped Nigerians into their money making plan. And this is a very pathetic situation. I listened to Joe Biden's tweets. In one way, I liked that the guys are beginning to maybe what's that called that Jimmy usually says, the conformity experiment that was done on them is beginning to wear off. But at the same time, it's a sad thing. I listened to this guy, it's a very sad situation that people are struggling people can't even tell where the meal is coming from. Anyway, uh, El-Rufai really, I think I kind of felt his presence from when he was the FCT minister. I know I had a lot of families that had properties in Abuja that were all demolished for reasons of trying to get the FCT. At the same time, he was still acquiring properties for himself. I know a couple of his people that have properties all over Abuja, properties, government properties that are put up by the government, owned by private individuals. That's how bad it is. So most of those big organizations you see in big buildings, you will be shocked to know that those properties belong to private individuals, not the like individuals, not the government. That's how bad. That was the extent of what he did. Even to the point when he sold Michael. Who cares of Michael? Like that man people, even in the sense that everything he has as an agenda, people from top to bottom, you know. It's good to see that video circulate. And we will, I would want to see his face the day he will realize that that agenda he thought he had is a rubbish agenda. Trust me, is a rubbish agenda. It's not going to happen, not in this state. And I also understand, I also want us to think about the implications. First, having a drug dealer as a president. Second, having a publication, an audio going viral, validating that the agenda was to make Nigeria an Islamic state with a Muslim ticket. What message is that sending to the people whom we are borrowing money from or whom we sort of rely on for most of our economic gains, you know? So I'm just thinking about all of these and hoping that PO's mandate. In fact, I know that PO's mandate is going to be restored. I think we also need to put more effort. I like what you said about his conversation with his dad. I had a conversation with my friend. I live outside the country recently, and they sounded like I had PO's cases going up and down. I had they are doing this PO case, PO's case. And then I kept asking, what are you hearing? Like, I tried my best to convince them about what it is. And people should know anyhow we want to do it. If you're on TikTok, spread it. If you're on Facebook, just keep spreading it. Let people know. Let them be reassured. Because where the country is going, people that have small hope, the hope is dying. A lot of hopelessness and depression. So let's keep spreading the word. Let people know that there is hope. Please let people know that there is hope and we will prevail. I yield. Thank you for.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. And please, guys, I mean, like I said, as I said it earlier, let's become ambassadors. The same way we're doing in every campaign. You meet someone, bring up a conversation, let them know your, let them know what's happening. I know, like Adam said, I know how many people from my WhatsApp status or you come up with ask questions and you have to now engage them and they'll be like, oh, okay, okay. So let's keep doing that. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to call me Lexi. Call me Lexi, please go ahead.
Okay, everybody on the space. Welcome again to Violence Church. I'm the one having the mic now. Praise the Lord, somebody. I hope you have paid your offering and tithe. Yeah, before I go much, I want us to listen to this 1 minute video from that. For those who are surprised with the evidence that was brought into the church, that was brought into the court by Obidati movement, listen to what that you have to say.
I know what I'm saying. We're on the cliff edge. I know what I'm saying. We're on the cliff edge. Like you can see clear difference between Udini and between the others. And Nigerians are feeling what they're doing. Come and do something differently is between you and Nigeria. APC is actually probably conducting its own parallel election in which their own members will communicate to their own INEC and then they will announce that they are the winners. This is the party that's already at war with itself in the election month. They are dying at war. This is a political party that has not fulfilled one promise. APC can do anything. APC can say anything. But one thing I know is that whatever they say, I don't do. Whatever they do, never scares me. These elections.
Yeah, I don't know about you. There's nothing APC are doing now that I'm surprised about. Are you surprised? My fellow women in Nigeria, listen to what happened today. The fraudulent hearing. Are you surprised? About El-Rufai, are you surprised? One thing I want us to understand is let's give respect to Peter. That man is not fighting a single person. He's fighting a whole criminal organization, a whole institution of corrupt fellow. They are just looking for one thing to pull him down. And you see this war front that we are. We the Yorubas, our Yoruba Gangan, we are the one that they are their main target. They didn't expect we Yoruba will align with Peter Obi. That is the greatest shock of their life. And when Jimmy said, is that segment of message? I remember that is what brought us here. Remember the child of who you are, not your many one shape. Remember the child of who you are. For how long will we continue to remember the child of who we are and we are going to dodge you? Are we serving a dead God? Are we serving a crime God, a criminal God that he couldn't hear us when we needed him? At this point, it is not God, it is ourselves. If we have a good leader, a great leader, 85% of our prayers will be solved automatically. Easily, you gain admission to school, job is waiting for you. They will beg you to come and work. I want back to be alone. You now want you make us think that we can use prayer to other gods. Is God that wicked? The only thing God can provide for you and I is to protect our life. I'm the one who gave you this life. I can take it whenever I want, but for now, enjoy it. But provide job for me, give me my boy. That is fucking concern God. Use your common sense. As for let's vote for a good leader. You are telling us in the local. This thing is fucking easy. This man didn't win, and we all can see that he didn't win. For how long are we going to continue like this? And for just saying, as Jimmy has said, oh yeah, now let's go and buy petrol. Am I the only one buying it 600 naira? Am I the only one buying it 550? Or we just started. You now just started. Don't worry. By the time you are suffering, tó bá mú yín bí kọ́là tó fún yín lọ́rùn pa, you will confess. You have not started confessing. You just started. And nothing is, I love Yoruba adage. Sorry, Saddam, you don't understand. Wọ́n ní pàṣọ tá a fi nà ìyálé ni. Pàṣọ tá a fi nà ìyálé ó ń bẹ lórí àjàbá ìfún ìyàwó. And God, if you don't speak against corruption, that corruption will drain and destroy you too. See wetin dem do for Iyabo Ojo. If President is trying to Peter Obi too now you are happy. Hey, we are go and pay. You are happy we are supporting it. That is our own fellow Yoruba. They are doing that too. But you are happy about it just because she supported who she wanted to. You are happy about it, right? Your own thing is coming. And we are going to be here. It is just the only thing that is paining me right now. Let me be honest with this thing. The first thing is how Mahmoud went away with 1 billion naira. They could have told us that it is Tinubu Lakeko win. No, all of you take this money. Those people who are dying of dying shamelessly like that. I'm sorry, just give me 2 seconds. Who would have died like that? We have people who died, we have people who get injured. And the second one is this airplane, see money, the confidence of stealing. That, for crying out loud. How long? Honestly, you know, be me. But it's okay. Shall we get there one day? Obedience. We have each other out. Please don't back down. Please. God will give us the strength to go. Please. I love you all. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much, Lexi.
I wish we could.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what you said. Interpret.
So let me try this no more than I know my where you wrong go? No. Okay. Pastor Iyale is usually this is the first time. Yeah, so I start to be weep or pain or weep or pain basically, So it's basically saying the same treatment you give the first wife is the same treatment you give to it's still the same treatment you give to the last wife. So basically saying we're all in this together now. We're all together. Whether you are single or your mandate, you want to die, whichever way, we're all in this stuff together. Not to,
Okay, last one.
I swear that's the easiest translation in a way.
Hey, it's enough to go round. It's sad, but it's funny. Anyway, let's quickly go to Odututu. I know you've been here since we started. Please go ahead. 5 minutes.
Okay, please, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Saddam, Otumba, and well-meaning. Really, I'm really boiling, but I'm just trying to keep calm. And it will be strange to you that my boiling is a little on El-Rufai, but more on if you say you are a Christian, and if you are out of this country, southwest, especially south or southeast, I'm going to just call 3 Bible passages. I'm not going to read it. Maybe just summarize them. Matthew 10:16, Galatians 2:11, so just Galatians 2. Then Hosea 4. You can go through those Bible passages. Number one, the first one, they said, I'm trying to summarize them. He said, be wise. I mean, be gentle as a dove, but be wise as serpent. Majority of the people who claim that they are Christian in Nigeria, they only hold on to the dove. Be gentle as the dove. The wise as serpent part, they have thrown it away. The Hosea part, that's the one I'm sure a lot of people know. He said, my people are perishing because of lack of knowledge. When you don't give yourself to knowledge, Bible says you are going to perish. Of course, the final part, for those of people, I must confess, one of the toughest space to listen to in violence was the day we took on the other pastors. I'm a Christian, I'm Yoruba. And of course, what easy was that? But look, if you go to the Bible, if you study Galatians, that black place, Peter took on all, I mean, when Jesus Christ was going, Peter is the rock, right? Is the one that Jesus dropped the mission on. Paul took him on. He corrected him. The Bible said he rebuked him. Do you know why? Because it was like when they were not there. Oh, Gentiles, don't eat with them. Paul wrote almost half of the, if not more than half of the New Testament. He rebuked Peter openly. It is this mentality that don't go there, don't go there. And that's why I think that we are part of the people responsible for the problem of this country. I'm talking to those who claim they are Southerners and they are Christians. Because the question I keep asking everybody then, look, what these mad people are trying to do. Can you imagine a Christian presidential candidate in Nigeria? Where would they be the election? And so many, I don't want to use some word. If you, and I'm saying it this night, if you think you are a child of, if you think you are a Christian, you are from the southern part of this country, I can tell you, and you supported this government to install this Armada and the Boko Haram guy, I'm telling you this night, the blood of those people in the Middle Belt, and especially this midget man in Kaduna, their blood is on your hand. Because you contributed in installing these non-entities. Since the Armada took over this country, have you heard him talking anything about people being killed in the Middle Belt? Abuja as federal, what do you call it? Federal capital. Is he not in the Middle Belt? What is the difference between FCT and Kaduna? So all this while he has been completely blind. He didn't hear anything. Everybody is deaf and blind. Of course, I have always known that this short man from the Kaduna is a very mean person. The story I had, well, I never lived in Abuja, but the people that live there, the man has always been a very evil, wicked person. And we shouted it during the election. It's this VawulenceSpace. And people have been, who have their head in, we have been shouting this, and this is going to happen. Everybody, I don't care now. He has said it. And if he's saying it, and for every both that he has, you can be sure there are thousands of them under him or around him who probably share the same mentality. Yes, nobody has issues, there's little issues, but not this bloody, not deliberately killing, not walking into people's family, killing them. So we can safely say this guy has something to do with these things. How can you be a governor, 30, 40, 50 people are being killed daily, and you guy will not see anything, no utterances, no nothing. He was just doing it with all boldness. And some mad people here in the south, they'll be telling me that it's or whatever. Which Emiloko? I just want to say this night, if you are in this part of the country, this is what you saw in. So how you are going to do it, I don't know. You better wake up. Because the blood of those people, I can tell you point blank, is on your head. You contributed. I don't give a damn how you see it. Sorry for wasting your time. I believe that, well, the luck we had is that we have people like Peter trying to make things right. And I believe we are going to get it back. Because I've been following the tribunal, and, well, please, what I'll just say is this. Two things. One, I don't know who's area Ibrahim met, but I think she's doing a wonderful job. Those who are following, let us get the update. For the parallel fact, like I said the other time, push parallel fact into your WhatsApp group, Twitter group, and what do you call it? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Every news, other news you are hearing from outside has been confused. They are they have been they have been taken over by con people, and you never get the real fact.
Okay, I think Odun Tutu is done.
Now,
Yeah, thank you very much. So, guys,
these things could have been prevented. Things could have been prevented. But people decide to bury their head under the ground in the name of whatever what was wrong. And here we are. Sorry for taking much time. Just that I'm really, really, really angry. Sorry. Maybe I will request later and talk more, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I know it's very annoying. Especially when you look at it from. You know, the funny thing is, I mean, for me as a Christian, I think a lot of Christians share that sentiment. It's more annoying from the side, not really because it's like, oh, another. It's really rude. For me, it's annoying more from my perspective when I look at it from. Because I try to just imagine. I really imagine.
Sorry, one
Elijah.
minute. Sorry, 1 minute. At a stage, one of my pastors had to like, look, I'm not going to talk to you on WhatsApp again. Because he was saying something. It's so annoying. You have people with double degrees, people who have traveled out of this country, people who claim they're Christian, and they're supporting this evil. And we keep telling them that this thing is not normal. Buhari, as Islamic as we think it is, he said it in 2015 that this is not normal. And this person doing that, people are saying, because I blame this man on everybody who is a Christian, who is the southern part of this country. I blame everybody. Because the people in the north, they know what they are facing, so they won't dare it, and that's why they're angry. But the useless people here, they will be doing up and down, and be doing all rubbish. You go favor me, favor waiting. Okay, should be the friend I favor you now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The friend I favor you now. Yeah, go and go. I asked them in my office, please, I'm looking for APC station, so that I will buy you friends more. Are the people being killed in north? Are they not Christian? Thank you.
Yeah, all right, all right. Thank you very much. Very crazy. All right, let's quickly go to. So I know. Okay, we have a couple of ladies now.
Well, I think I said my question.
Yeah, I think.
Although this is yeah, talking about share pilot fact. So one of our innovation, well, I'm calling them what upgrade we did to the is the ease at which you can share story. So if you open a story, even before typically the share button to either Facebook, WhatsApp is usually at the bottom of the screen. But right now, right there, so it's easy. So just tap on that button, you share to your WhatsApp, tap on that button, you share to your Twitter, tap on that button, you share to your Facebook. The more people we get to read, because we've said it, first of all, paragraph facts, we're not going to legitimize that unconstitutional drug in Asco Rock. So we are careful in the kind of news we put, especially in Nigerian political news. We're taking our time. So share this, share with your WhatsApp group, share your Facebook post. I mean, just keep sharing and sharing. Thank you. That's me.
Yeah, keep sharing and sharing. I mean, that's one of the only. In fact, for me at this point, sharing platform like Parallel Fact is probably the best way you can help your people. The way the media is totally off.
Yeah, if you read cable or any of those news, you see the face to transmit.
Ah, I don't want. I know some of these professionals who have like ethics. Just like say all of them, just say something.
Yeah, I just want to jump on that privilege because I was sleeping. My phone started ringing. What happened? That one happened. What did happen again? We come say, they have done the case of PTOB 25% in Abuja. That have, I said, which case? Say what? The one where the latest one was yesterday. I admitted that 5% cannot be in Nigeria. I lawyers admitted in court yesterday. So I was like, said, no, that they cut it. And I was like, person sent me a link to cable. And I went and read it. And I was like, oh my goodness. As they always do. They always do. They hide the story. They'll tell the story and use the headlines to deceive people. They will always tell the story, but the headline is always something to me. I was not thinking that because that thing that we were saying that we had that some citizens are sued INEC and sued to court to something that has to do with inauguration, trying to stop inauguration. That was the case. And it was the law, the judge still said they did not have the local standing. He never talked about 25%. It has not, that case has not 25%. He had nothing about 25% was actually. But they not labeled it judge case of 25%. And I heard the son, the one that I defined 10 minutes ago, was jumping on it. All and all that Vuvuzela was not playing, 25%. That is how they run the narrative. When we say most times, and I was on one platform, one of the guys that called me, he said, go to their platform and I checked the profile. And I was like, please, all the facts, we have to do the real news, and we posted it. And so please, but the damage has already been done. We have to verify. So I posted a news up on the Jumbotron right now for people to see, and it's actually the real reason court fined because the lawyer was fined, and he was fined for trying to stop this. I think 20 million or so. And the real reasons why that thing happened. How does it 25%? Please just go and read, enlighten yourself, and also share. Because in this war we are fighting right now, it is a war of the it's a psychological war, fought in the media space. We don't have the power, the power these guys have. We are just one among, we are just a little fish in the ocean filled with sharks and whales. So it is important to understand that when people do this hard work, we also ourselves amplify it and push the news. So please, guys, it's up on the journey train for the power part. Go there, just take a time on our Twitter channel. You must not like the story. Please repeat our stories, share our stories. Let's have a greater audience also. Thank you very much. One minute, let me come back to you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, please, guys, that's very important because fighting these guys is a big deal. Okay, let's quickly take in the let's TK, I guess let me not guess. Your picture says you're a lady. I just hope it's not otherwise. TK, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Spacing from Houston, Texas. Good evening, Jamie, Otumba, Emia, everyone. I can mention everyone. It's a pity what is going on right now. I used to live in Kaduna way back in the 80s, and it's this still same issues, Christian versus Muslim. It's been way that they've been having that issue. It's not something new. Anyways, that aside, I'm so sorry. I'm going to do this in Yoruba. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó ti wà ń bí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìyá wèrè ni. Tó bá wù yín tí bá kúrò lórí ìbàdàn, kẹ̀kẹ́ á máa pè mí kẹ́ máa sọ. Orí yín máa dàrú ni. Ṣé sọ pé ẹ̀yin gbọ́ ni? Ẹ̀gbọ́n àti tipátipá ni we're taking this man to that. Either you people like it or not. I don't care. If you like it, fuck me. Maybe we can write it. I don't care. Pẹ̀lú nǹkan tẹ́yin rò ṣé ìgbésí orí rẹ̀ ẹ máa ṣọ́nkú ni. Ó tẹ̀ bá jáwọ́ ń bẹ̀ láti wọn kẹ̀ sí ilé wọn kẹ̀. Ẹ máa pa àwọn oníṣẹ́ ìjọba àtàkùn ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn kankan. Lórí ibi tá a wà yìí, lórí ìkànnì yìí, a máa para wa síbẹ̀. Ẹ bá sọ pé ẹ̀yìn gbọ́ gbogbo nígbà. Ṣé ó yá wèrè orí gbogbo ní ti dà papọ̀? Ayé òkè náà.
Oh, you your mic.
You don't turn the shop to CSTO.
We'll talk again for English.
We need to hear that we are taking
Oh boy. She first start with kitchen spoon. She come out kitchen spoon.
Honestly.
Come they stone them, come they stone them knife. Because these people know they move. Come just carry the whole freezer. Think everything just they throw on top there. You need that. It's based. Hey, my sister. Hey, This one not be submission. This one are cost. This one just can't give your cost. No, she not submit anything. She just can't give her own opinion. Say, you know what, here, I don't talk anything. She just can't cost them. Yeah, and she drop mic. Hey, I don't be translate that. Na cost. Just take it the way it is. Na cost. Me na no. Hey, Jesus.
Okay, she came to cost the cost.
My brother.
They already cost. They already cost.
Hey!
Some of them are bond
Yeah.
costs, some are inherited costs, some are moving costs, but they are already cost. Thank you for this. Huh? God bless you. Can you add more? Please use 10 seconds to add more. Please. And load it. No, take a load it.
Wọ́n bá ní ó máa dáa fún yín láàárọ̀, lọ́sàn-án ò ní dá o. Tí ọlọ́sàn bá ló máa dáa fún yín, alẹ́ kò ní dá. Bí mo ṣe wà yìí o, mo dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Odùduwà, ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń support òbí mi. Kò sí kankan tí kàn rí ti bàbá ńlá bàbá yín àti bàbá yín. Ẹ tún mórúkọ mi lọ fún testimony, ẹni tenant back on the platform. I don't care. I don't care tó ń gbé fún mi. Wọ́n ní tí ojú bá ń ṣe pé a máa fi wọ́n ni. Mo dẹ̀ ti sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ ẹ jáwọ́, ẹlẹ́rìí jáwọ́ bí ẹ bí ẹ kò tún gbéná lórí fún. You don't like it, you just have to kill yourself, you commit suicide because I don't care. I don't care about you, I don't care about the family right now. This is not family. It's not a part, it's not about my family. It's not the future of the country. I'm a Nigerian first before any other thing. So whether you like it or not, be brave. It's not precedent. I keep telling you, I am not going to reference any person that I be. I'm going to tell you that today, if you like it or not, uncle, no commit suicide. Èmi ò jáwọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ lẹ́rìí fi mí sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn, ẹ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, ẹ máa fi mí sílẹ̀. Ẹ jáwọ́ lọ́rọ̀ mi. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ jáwọ́, ẹ máa fi gbogbo ọmọ yín ti ṣòfò sọ fún yín. Wọ́n ní kí ìjàmbálẹ̀ aláró tí yóò rí àyè ilé yóò tó láti wà tó ìgbà ìdíje gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó bá ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ìpín ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹ̀yin ẹ̀yin ní ìsìn ìpín.
Ní sí mi. The dwarf of capital things is the only one I can speak of. God bless you, God bless you. God bless you.
Jimmy,
Don't
go use AI.
If you
use AI, get as human voice.
If you
Use
like,
border account.
if you like yourself, just avoid it, because everything you just talk now, now waiting, they talk for Kotoru. You know those Yoruba Asian movies. All those guys where they follow themselves, talk, then they conversate within themselves. She spoke the ancient language. Yoruba ancient language just follow them talk because you don't talk Tinubu na date. So now the only language date language. So she speaks date. Hey, my sister trans for one person. I beg. I give her.
On the comment section, the blog, everybody does say Atarodo and Tatate with Atagongon. Cause this is fire. This is fire. My sister, please, going forward, you'll be having your section. After we speak for like 3 hours, we'll call you for you to give us some courses. Please. Spiritual. Because as you go like this, we need hot things. Thank you very much. All right, let's keep it going. I think River Best. I say River Best. When I don't they call you River Best.
Anyway, thank you very much, speaking. Oh, more. I just a pity APC. Because they follow that. The funny thing is because they go from different directions. Christians because you, Muslims because you, traditional because you. Only you. Wrong. No. Anyway, let's quickly go to okay, Real Jack. Yeah, Real Jack. I've been here for a long time. Real Jack is right.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Tumba, Saddam, and every other person. I appreciate everybody. Okay, quickly, I want to start from that court case briefly before I go into that of the jihad fight. I think what the court case brought by Barrister Choose to interpret the 25%.
Bros, wait. The man you be having a woman.
No, man, nah. He don't
The
hear
woman
the-
don't use white woman picture now. Why?
No, na security, now you suppose understand.
Baba, you always come back. Don't worry, continue.
So thank you very much. So what happened? They went to High Court Abuja where Justice Eyang Ekwo was in charge, and the CGN was a party to that case because the Abuja people were asking that the drug baron should not be sworn in, and they should interpret if 25% is not mandatory for any person to declare a winner. Then the judge absconded, which all of you are aware of it. Absconded twice. The first time he said they went for a conference, they rescheduled. Everybody came again. He absconded without any reason. So, and at the end of the day, so Mr. Choose and the petitioner, they now address the press, letting the world know what the game the judge is playing. He fixed a date on conclusion of the matter. He did not appear. The second time again, he has come dead, and nobody has told anybody anything. And only for him to hide, because there was this narrative that no court to entertain any injunction to stop them from swearing or that. So today he just came out to tell Nigerians that first of all, that the Federal High Court liked the decision to adjudicate on that matter, which was a lie because that matter has been. Sorry?
I think you already made the point. So you can go back to the topic. Go ahead. I just wanted
All
to
right.
call that attention.
Okay, thank you very much. So the whole thing they just did was just shared, and the most important thing is their food shoulder, which is their media. They just went and twisted the whole thing because the matter is already going on appeal. So they went and twisted the whole thing that matter was struck out, was dismissed, which was totally a lie. So that is what they basically do. So they will go and bring news. They will just twist it because it is psychological warfare. They will be fighting us both psychologically and the other way around. Because physically now they know or they have seen it that on ease with them at this juncture to break the spirit of Nigeria. So they come with that gaslighting, that psychological warfare, in order to make sure to see how they can demystify or how they can bring your spirit down. That is what they are just fighting. So coming to the area of El-Rufai, remember El-Rufai was one of the people that openly supported that the men or these they should be using everything to protect their cow and all that. He has made several statements, certain statements in Nigeria that you and I know we are this man's truth. But in other words, the one that is the one that is as a kind of painful is some of us who allow ourselves to be controlled through religion. Because when they want to pursue their agenda, they bring in religion or ethnic. Remember, when you go to your workplace, you don't pray openly. If you pray, they will give you prayer or they will even sack you. Everybody believes you have a God inside. You have religion if you don't. But you do that in your closet. It's not when you go to the office, you openly want to pray. Because God is not going to come down to do the work you're going to do. There is a reason why you're employed to do the job in the first place. So that is to show that you not only stop at believing God, but what you have to do as a human being, that God is not going to come down from heaven to do that which you're going to do as a person. So for somebody to basically see politicians have committed a lot of atrocity, either by utterance or otherwise, and you're openly telling him that he's a good man, he has done the good thing, instead of telling him to his face the wrong things he has done. I mean, you're not doing the right thing. And that is why we should not allow religion to play a lot of role in our life. We should be able to see what is evil and call it evil and stand up for ourselves and not be fanatics, religious fanatics. So if we do not fight now to save our future, my dear, we may wake up one day, see that we don't even have a country to call our own. That is why we are fighting now. That is why it is important. So everybody should join this fight to make sure this corrupt cartel, this criminal that want to intrude anarchy into Nigeria will stop them at all costs. And when Nigeria, the new Nigeria we hope and dream for, come, everybody will give God thanks. The reason why we made this good decision to vote PO, because we did not make any mistake at all. At this juncture, I give back the mic. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jack. Thank you for the permission. All right, let's quickly go to okay, Jennifer, your lady, but it just came up, so let's just quickly. Oluwatobi. Oluwatobi. For me, we have so many. Oluwatobi, the guy is still on time. All guys are ready to go. Oluwatobi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm good. I'm good.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're speaking from. Yeah. Oga Sadam, I celebrate you. Otumba, women in Nigeria. Oga Jimmy, God bless you guys. You're doing well. Cool. All right. Yeah. So let me quickly just make my submission. Okay. So I'm going to start with the fuel crisis. So I'm going to say that Nigerians, what we are known for is ability to adapt, even to bad things. We adapt easily to bad things. Okay, something happened. Happened yesterday. I wanted to go somewhere yesterday, and so I felt okay. Let me just around that time, I felt there will not be traffic. I mean congestion because a lot of persons will park their cars, vehicles at home. I just hit the road. Oh my God! I know Lagos traffic. Oh no, I regretted it. I said, what is happening? You mean people are buying this fuel at this same rate at 500, 550, 600 naira? I, I mean, that's just it. I mean, we move on easily. We move on. We have that bad things, right? So I was with one of my respected uh, pastors. Yeah, was it yesterday? I think on Sunday. Yeah. So we're just discussing, and he told me. He said, just what we've been talking about, that, there's this prayer that, oh, this Tinubu's time will work for me and my family, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I said, see, sir, I don't have a president yet. I don't have a president. And whatever thing you think about it, personally, I don't have a president because I can't put all I put into the election period, because I can remember that I actually signed up for the ad hoc staff, INEC ad hoc staff, just because I wanted to follow up on the procedure. Of course, I've done that before during my NYC days, but this time around I said, no, since we are using waivers, let me see what is going to happen and all that. So I followed it, and I told him that, oh, a lot of persons came to Nigeria to vote. People actually trusted the procedure, what INEC promised. They said, okay, this is the first time that we'll be trusting Nigeria's election. And look at the end of it. So I said, I don't have a president, and come September or so, we'll be having our own president, which is Peter Obi, right? So, and that's just it, basically. Nigerians, we just move on easily. We move on easily. When they are killing the next person close to you, and since it's not me, I beg, life move on, life moves on, or something like that. So which is very, very bad. I think until we change that mindset, we are not ready for change. That's just it, basically. Until we change that mindset, until that thing happens to you, before so this is how it is. No, it's not, because it's not happening to you. It's happening to your neighbor, and then you feel, oh, I beg, since it's not happening, I'm good to go. So it's a bad habit, it's a bad attitude that we have to change. Okay, and also let me also talk about um okay, yeah, the presidential the tribunal right now, yeah. So okay, I saw a message, Peter Obi's tweet. He talked about, okay, the press wanted to ask him about what is happening, about an update and all that. But he told them that he can't make any comment on the case because he doesn't want to. The Yoruba would say, "Ṣíwájú ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́," he doesn't want to come before or make a statement that will affect the the result and all that. Yeah. So let me just round up. Okay. So he said, but he can only talk about the what was it called, the fuel crisis, right? He said, if although he made a statement that is going to also remove subsidy, but he wouldn't do it the way this government has done it, because he's a man of the people. He has the interest of the people at heart. That is how you know a leader. A leader is concerned about his followers, not just making policies that are anti-masses. Come on, this is the person we need. Character, competence, capability, capacity, name it. He has it. So what are we looking for? I mean, let me just stop here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, quickly, let's go to lady in the space of gender equality. All right, Jennifer, are you here? Jennifer. Okay. All right, I think Jennifer.
Hello?
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. 4 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, Emia, Otumba, Jimmy. Have heard a lot today. In fact, this is the longest time I've stayed because um, the speakers have been saying so much that actually will want to, um, you know, kind of make you to continue staying online here. I want to say thank you for this opportunity too. Now, a lot of things have been said about uh, what is going on at the tribunal, what is going on in what's it called in Kaduna, but I really want to talk about the issue of cost of governance because a lot of people don't they don't uh, um, they don't uh, seek for information. I'm a researcher, and on what I'm working on right now, I have found out some of the reasons why these politicians don't want to leave power. And if we look into the um, the salaries and uh, um, allowances of our leaders, you'll find out what I'm talking about. But there's something I've come to understand that which has to do with the allowances. A lot of the allowances are questionable because I don't know what they mean by hardship allowance. And what is even more intriguing is the constituency allowances that have been allocated to what's it called? The presidency. The question that comes to mind is the president or the vice president having a special constituency? Is the whole Nigeria not his constituency? There are other allowances like, for example, the medical allowances. They are being provided for. And that's why you see politicians traveling every now and then outside the country to seek medical aid. I think there's a need for us to put a ceiling on the amount of time they can travel on medical trips. So there are a lot of issues in this country that need attention. The issue in Nigeria is not just with our politicians, but it has to do with the constitution that we are working with. The constitution goes beyond amendment. I would think, or I would recommend that we should have a new constitution that is people driven. There are a lot of issues that I would love to talk about, but time will not permit, and maybe consequently I will be able to talk again. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. Jennifer. That was quite insightful. All right, let's quickly go to Lawan. A little bit Lawan analog or no analog. After we
More,
come to
more
politics.
analog.
Yeah,
More
okay. No analog, please go ahead.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
My people might agree to protocols being observed. I greet everybody. Uh, when the house was a big room, I wanted to speak immediately, but I was able to like. But nevertheless, I want to say thank you. Space from Scotland. I Thank you, Madam TK. That's a big what's why. I'm mixture, I'm both Igbo, I'm Yoruba in a way. So it'll be with them one for not one reaching like it. Because many of us are had reasons to stay back in Nigeria, but because when you say one doesn't know what the future holds, we have to leave. So one reach it. I don't want one reach one reach it. I let one concept. Let me speak it in my people then. Nah, ndị na-achị anyị ọma adịlịwe mma n'aha Jizọs everyday anything ọ na-achọ ọma apụ ya because ọ make many of us anyị hapụ obodo not our desire to leave but we don't have a choice. Now let me happen to and Chini mentioned something. Chini spoke earlier. Chini, my mom worked in night club. So that was when I got to know about the evil they call El-Rufai, that short man. Having my mom spent all her life crossing that Milan bridge. One day, everybody stood that 9 cell. And to date, they are still fighting for pension 20,000, 30,000. So that Rufai, it's not the night, it's a long coming. But it's just a shame that Nigeria is a country where they recycle leadership. Leadership are being recycled years over years over years. So I'm not surprised at their Rufai. He has brought it out. And one good thing I heard one of our speakers said is that their initial thought was that the Yorubas will not align with the Igbos. But this PO agenda has changed the narration of Nigerians. Because most times we believe it's only when you're outside the country to see Nigerians come together. But for once, this previous election brought everyone, irrespective of your religion, irrespective of your affiliation, where you come. This election was just state purpose. And we looked and we're sorting after a better government, not see what happens. Like many are saying, let's look down to September. I would really want to lead to the lawyer of the council because I followed this tribunal on winning on the winning side. But there's one thing I learned about the side of the fight, which is the lawyer. They're looking at the technicality. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm from now, these lawyers they are looking for technicality to knock off whatever you things are bringing forth. So I keep praying for them. My daily prayer is that may they never find that technicality in Jesus' name. That's my prayer for this my country. Because it's our desire to see countries, our country Nigeria move like where we are. Where there is light, where there is, like my brother said, is there any our local petrol station? I speak to my mom, to my family, they are suffering not easy. So on generator now, like this, someone was telling me, so even iron shit because most times it's no power. You need to like on generator for like 3 minutes. Calculate how much you buy for. It's not getting easy. They will not rest on every shit. Their generation will be that more because it's painful. It's hurting day to day. So my brothers in this struggle, and my prayer again, let's also put our attention, please, also to our violence group. Let's put our attention on the judiciaries. Let's keep putting that flame in their bumper so that they will do the right thing. Because if we should pipe down on these people, Tinubu has the power, he has everything within his might to upturn these judgments. It's just a matter of technicality, like I say. One judge will say, based on technicality, this cannot stand. So that's my prayer. Let's always put our dim light on them. Let them know we're also talking about two of them. Thank you so much. At this point, let me just get one if you want. Bye for now.
All right, thank you very much for analysis. I feel like I'm following, hearing every now and then what's going on in social media. But I agree with you. We need to intensify the pressure. Guys, spread the vote. Letting everybody know that the judiciary would succumb if Nigerians, if they are aware that Nigerians are, and that's very important. All right, let's quickly go to politics. Please, I want to speak, please raise up your hand. Member politics, 4 minutes. You can speak maybe a little loud. I just kind of got.
All right. No when I saw that El-Rufai video, the first thing that came to mind was, I think,
was a speech or an interview that was done by Goodluck Jonathan, I think 2014 or 2015, where he said people that are coming to take power, you could see wickedness, bitterness in their eyes. One of the greatest mistakes Nigeria has made in its history is to give APC power in 2015. And I feel that this is the time where both Muslims and Christians, because there are a lot of Muslims that are not, they don't have extremist ideology, that we need to now come together and, because if people should be allowed to carry out their plans, it's not just going to affect Christians alone, it's also going to affect Muslims that don't share extremist views. Because the bad thing with these extremists is that even Muslims, as long as you don't share the same extremist views as them, they attack them. So this is for somebody that is that educated and exposed, and the audacity for me, that is the crazy part. For you to come out in public without even wow, this guy is I don't know whether it's witchcraft or the demonic spirit that possess them that gives them that audacity that nothing can happen. We have a serious issue. We have a really serious issue. We have a serious issue because we've given mad people power. We've given mad people power. There's going to be fuel subsidy. I made a tweet this evening where I asked a question that are Nigerians really willing to buy fuel for the next 8 years for 550, right? The politicians, they feed back. And I think that's the question. Those people that are saying, oh, we should move on, the election is over, blah, blah, blah. That's a question you need to ask yourself. Because, say, for example, let's say they give you 2.5 million naira to give you a contract of, are going to be paying 2, which is not, but let's just say 2.5 million today for the next 6 months for you to keep people online and all those things. What happens? Would I be able to sustain you for the next 8 years? And I think that's the question all of us need to ask ourselves. If you ask yourself that question, then you will know that the only realistic option for Nigeria is for Peter Obi to win that tribunal and come in. Because it's scary. I feel the reality has not really dawned on most Nigerians where we are at right now as a country. I feel maybe in the next few weeks, by the time the new prices start biting hard and all those things, then a lot of people will realize after going to Buhari for 8 years, are you willing to go through another 8 years times 3 suffer? That is why all of us, we need to pull together and make sure this judiciary do the right thing. Because it's no longer joke. It's now reality that this is our only hope. Because the next thing that follows, anarchy. They've been saying, oh, when Nigeria is at the edge, at the edge, at the edge. We are no longer at the edge. We are nosediving into anarchy. 550 for the next 8 years. And this is the beginning, though. There's no guarantee that the price will not go up if you allow these criminals to be there. So to round up, I just want to give us updates on the SMS side. Last time we did it, we're able to realize about 50,000 naira from donations of 1,000, 3,000, 2,000, which I really appreciate. So we'll wait for more donations and send the SMS next week. So we're pushing out once every 2 weeks, depending on the amount of donations that we are able to get. So if you still want to donate, you can send me DM or Saddam or any of the people who is well meaning or Tumba if you want to donate. Also, I will put the link on the page for donation. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Very much. Okay, let's go to all right. Vas Miao, please go ahead. 4 minutes, please.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. 4 minutes.
Oh, great. First, I want to thank the team, Emir Saddam, Otumba, Weminin, Jimmy, and all the other great guys pushing this ball down the road. And Madam TK, I mean, for a minute, I thought that was Jimmy using the AI. And Saddam just said it like as if it was in my head, like, where did that come from? It's good that we're angry because things are not good. Trust me, things are not good. Let me not digress from the topic too far away. Are we shocked on the character of El-Rufai? Seriously, is anybody really shocked? Dude has been like this for years. The only thing is, I don't know how he gets away with it. Maybe because he's a northerner. Maybe there's no southerner of today's politics or even yesterday's politics, Awolowo, Zeke, and co, that will speak in public space the way El-Rufai speaks and wins any election. There's no southerner. So the question I keep asking is, when you go back in history, you see how the Awolowos, Zeke, and all the southern eggheads at that time, how there was a balance. Whenever there's a debate, there was a balance. And it was purely on strong intelligence. The Northerners will later come back to the table, will now later agree. But it's like we now have sellouts in the South. That's what this is. People that just want to occupy positions, they want to be honorable, they want to be minister, they don't really care on the issues. They don't care as long as they have positions, they have contracts. That's where we are. If not, a character like El-Rufai should not be holding a federal position in our kind of structure. Maybe tomorrow, if Nigeria eventually becomes an Islamic republic. But in today's Nigeria, El-Rufai as a politician should not be there. Trust me, it's an insult on so many people. What is happening in Kaduna? We in the South here, we've always canvassed for peace in the North, especially the Christian areas in the North. What are we saying? Why are we killing ourselves? The religion itself, the Christianity and Islam, they are foreign religion. One came from Saudi, one came from England to Jerusalem. Why are black people killing themselves for foreign religion? Why? It doesn't make sense to me, right? When you go back in history, those are the now called Christians in the north. They are Hausas. They have traditional links to themselves. They are related. Because I have a belief system called Christianity, you have a belief system called Islam. Now, does that mean I deserve to die? We need to have this conversation seriously. I'm not surprised about the character of El-Rufai. The man has always been like this. Somehow he gets away with it. So maybe we, the obedient camp, will say, no, we will not tolerate a character like this. In a very divided Nigeria, a country like Nigeria, in a very multi-ethnic, multi-religious country, we need people that will look at our fault lines and start to mend it, not people that will continue to expand those fault lines. If you watch that video, that was what he was doing. Yeah, there are fault lines. Every country has fault lines. Those that live in America, Otumba, I'm sure in America there are fault lines. But what you do as a leader It's not to expand the fault line. It's to continue to mend those fault lines so that people can get along, not on religion, on ethnicity, on commonality of interest, poverty, infrastructure, good country, good neighborliness. These are some of the issues that can help us to justice, equity. Why would a group of people behead people somewhere until today we've not seen any arrest? Nobody has been sentenced. Nothing. Yes, 1 minute, I can see that. Finally. So on this El-Rufai issue, I am not surprised. It's only some few people here. I don't know why they are doing it. Some few Christians in the South are still in denial. There's this denialism that is going on here. Oh, how are they going to do it? How can it be possible? But it's already happening. Go to the federal agencies. There are mosques and churches being built in agencies. Meanwhile, we should have a business in our governance. It's purely a personal thing. If I'm a good Christian, it means I'll be a good person. Good Muslim, it means I'll be a good person. What does that mean? I will relate to my fellow countrymen in a better way. Please, this is, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, guys.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Pastor. There's something you said at the beginning of the commission that we say something to sell out. I just remember the video that surfaced, but I don't know if Saddam or somebody. The video where Wiki, Abadu, Umai were following Shetima somewhere inside the villa, obviously. And Shetima diverted. Then Abadu wanted to follow him and enter the room. He didn't stop all of them. So it was the way Wiki.
We get a
I
body.
want
But you just not my fan. Oh, I don't move. I don't move.
I said that video, I was like, oh no, it's not the way we can. He just thought it like, oh, this that is plan, just took off. And he was talking with Maya initially. Oh my god, it's crazy. Anyway, to come to bite everybody. Anyway, let's quickly go to. Please, if you want to speak, your hand should be up because I may not be able to call you if your hands are up. Some guys have spoken, so let's quickly go to John Esther. John Esther, you're a lady, yeah?
I'm a lady.
Okay, all right. Right.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Saddam. Well-meaning Nigeria. Jimmy, Otumba. Good evening. It's good to be here again. I heard when one person was making a submission, I was like, this Nigerians always move on. Those people are not moving on. People like us, we are not moving on. It's really telling on us. It's really, really telling on us. In fact, yesterday I came back home without eating all throughout the day. In fact, gas will be, we will become this animal that eats animal. People will start to eat human being. I'm telling you, I was so hungry because if I come out money for waiting I get inside my pocket, I might not come back home because of the increase in transportation. And then I was just telling myself, how are people going to cope? Okay, let's now look at the case of, I was reading on the internet and I saw Lagos state government giving this lady, Yabojo, now irrelevant bills. For what? These are all the things we are saying because she's not an APC member, simply because she does not support the party. In fact, all these shenanigans is just too much on the citizen. It's not right. And we're looking at it's well. People, like somebody said, Nigerians are moving on. Did we sit down, plan out to remove subsidy, and not thinking about the well-being of citizens? Now, so they go sit down one day, say make them start to collect toll gates money, and people no go talk. Maybe by that time, I'll go find bicycle and go buy. Because I don't see some artists where they advertise bicycle for their page. Seriously, it's really not funny. So many people are losing their jobs. So many people are losing their job because they cannot cope anymore. It's really hard. A place you are paying 500, and then suddenly you wake up one morning and they are telling you it's 2,000 naira. The only time you get a cheaper pay is afternoon when there's no rush hour, and they will tell you it's 1.5. It's crazy. It not be say salary increase. And then I don't understand though. In fact, I don't understand. That particular day they were handing over to this guy. In fact, I got myself drunk. Drunk because I just want to forget. I wanted to forget that this is happening. Because I really don't know if this is true or like a dream. Most of us know they are peace. Seriously. Can't wait for PO. I'm praying earnestly that God, whatever you can do, whatever is my heart and prayer every day that God, you need to do something for our country. Because the country is getting deeper into shit every second, not every day. Every second, you don't know what you wake up to the next morning. You don't know what you wake up to the next hour. It's really pathetic. Seriously, people think they can afford it. Some people think they can afford. For how long can me? I've been on generator for the past 3 years. I use solar. Okay, fine. I'm not going well to power my house. Okay, now what about the other expenses that I get to do in my house? Sorry, I'll round up soon, please. Please, whatever we can do in our prayers, in our something we can do to support PO in the court, please, let's keep doing it. Let's continue the struggle. God help all of us. And God keep us all. I will see this new Nigeria come to pass in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Esther. I really hope that, and even I think it's even enough again to say, oh, we should do it fast. The biggest case, whether Nigeria will have patience. So God will help us, but they should help and do the right thing. We quickly go to
Well, meaning, yeah, I just want to mention something. I know a lot of people. I will just mention it. And this is my fellow brothers. Okay, you see, for every action, there is an equal reaction. These brothers, what do you call them? Imoni and what do they call them? There is a new single now. We don't the trend. People don't dey dance to it. They don't dey blow that Igbo flute. They don't dey blow am on top instrumental. People don't dey dance. It is shocking how we forget too soon. It is mind-boggling. Me, I will call them out. I call you, I will call them out. One person dey talk say make Igbo no vote. Eh? He was saying it loud and clear. I'm talking about him. He was saying it loud and clear. A couple of weeks ago, he come visit now and I put money for trade. And I go to meet him. Oga, you are a chairman. Fools. Hypocrites. I am what a budget. And you are one person was even saying, this tune makes sense to we could listen to this one. We don't go listen to another one. I don't block that one. I posted you talk rubbish, I block your life. I don't have time for nonsense. These guys, they were saying it to their faces. He ridiculed Igbos. He ridiculed Igbos. And you came to visit, you sat down in your living room. You are kicking his ass. He's an illiterate. You know, be complain one sentence. Police are doing the best investigation. My guy wants to investigation, he say investigation. Those are the people you are kissing their asses. They disenfranchise your tribesmen. They ridicule Igbos. You can't put money for trade. They show and saying the Oga that want to sit down. They can't release music now. All of them don't jump on top and don't they do. Hey, this is tune. Because none of they think, none of they use in their head. They think say when for every action there is an equal reaction. For here, for America, when you do something, you will face the repercussion. Even if it's for people to boycott your music, people need to start learning. You run away from the truth. Hey, the best tomorrow to run hey, the best song na go dey run dey high the sky. Aye gbogbo yin ti bàjẹ́. Everybody burúkú ẹbí runmú. Ẹ múra sí. That is how I say they will feed their family. So come on, shield. I just thought I should mention it. No carry that nonsense. Come my timeline. Oh. If you talk rubbish, you buy your block in the straight. I will block your future. Me, the time rather. I will call Igbo Yoruba. I will call them out. As long as it's Mazobia. We are for one country. So nobody is above the law here. Nobody is above the law. And all of them where they happy message now. They don't send my papa another one. Say I talk money. Where I wake. Where I study Tinubu is make them cost me, cost my papa, cost my mama. They screenshot and send them to politics. You can talk anything in politics. Now they listen to this one too. I go record this part. Men I go play for make them play for family meeting. I go in my budget and you right this you cannot get work. I don't care who you are. Listen to this one too. Blow. Back to you, women in Nigeria.
Thank you, Jimmy. Actually, I think that I mean, crazy. Nobody should take what's it called? If all those people are like another branch of Epsilon is local. Those ones are they are the same. One are the same. So that should tell you that these politicians, it is only when it comes to development, moving the country forward, that they want to use tribes to scatter everybody. When it comes to their crime cartel, they employ Igbos, Yoruba, Edo, Hausa. They put everybody in they are together in that crime cartel. You come and tell you, when new people that want to move the country forward, they will not remind you, people, his Hausa is this, is that. Nigerians should rise up. Anyway, back to our topic. Let's quickly take Alfred. I know you've been here for a long time. Alfred, please go ahead. 4 minutes. You can make it less.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I actually wanted to speak about something. Of course, as regards to the topic, El-Rufai and APC jihad agenda, it's not a surprise. It's something I've seen going on for years, and I told my friends and anyone who tried to argue with me about it that they're going to see it come to fruition, and here we are. He's not even hiding this anymore. Yeah, the PEPT, fuel crisis, it's not a news. Everyone knows we're all suffering it, whether the Agbado and the confused people, every single one is feeling the heat. And for those who are beginning to repent, happy repentance. Your sins are forgiven by whoever is forgiving you, because most of you guys put hands together to make whatever is happening right now happen. And seem like, it's legit for it to happen. And some people are actually still saying that this whole thing, hey, let's move on, and all of that nonsense. Nobody's moving on. We're not moving. We'll never move on from this. Okay. So I just have a suggestion. I sent Emir Saddam, Woman in Nigeria, and Jimmy. I sent you guys a private message. Now the thing is, for the parallel facts news portals, from the Facebook to the site to all of that. I don't know. My suggestion is, even if we have to donate, I don't mind. Okay? The reason I'm saying it here is everyone should hear this. I remember when I did a campaign song for Peter B. I took me 3 weeks, wrote the song, produced the song, and did a documentary sort of video for it. I, of course, I couldn't promote it on my page, on my Facebook page, because of the dollar, the cards, restriction, to make payments and all of that, dollars and stuff. So I paid uh, uh, some of these guys, these promoters, to do it, and I can tell how many hundreds of thousands of people the adverts, the campaign song got to within a week. So my suggestion for parallel facts, because we don't have all the time in the world, people are getting the wrong messages from the mainstream media. Why can't we put monies together, even if it's a million, two, whatever, and promote parallel facts on Facebook and on Twitter and TikTok and get people to follow so they can get the real news of what's going on? Because I know how many calls I received because of my involvement with the whole thing. A lot of people are calling and saying, Frank, what's going on? We're hearing this. We're hearing, this. I got some calls this evening. I was like, you guys shut all of that up, okay, because it's not happening. There's nothing like the 25% thrown out the window. It's whatever. So the thing is, I don't know, it's just a suggestion. Can we put monies together if we have to do it? If we have to do it. I know how much a millionaire on Facebook promotion and Instagram promotion is going to get to. I know the number of people it's going to get to in their millions. And I'm talking about from the north to the south to the west, every part. People want to know what's going on because many people are not on on Twitter like we are, and they are lost because the mainstream media is reporting crap. So please, can we do that? Can we do that? There is no time. There is no time. If we do a promotion for 1 week, 2 weeks, we would see parallel facts having a lot of followers and people getting the news from parallel facts. Can we do that? I don't know. It's just a suggestion, and I know how quick that can go if we have people. I mean, everything is playing on my head on the kind of documentary we could put together 1 minute, 2 minute, and just promote it on Facebook and all of these platforms and have people, because I know a lot of people. I know people would be so interested in getting the real news, and if Parallel Facts is one of the, news media we have right now online, many of these people would follow and then they can get the news there. So please, let's just see how we can work that out. That's what I wanted to say here, and I didn't know if it makes sense. If it's something we can do,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. All right. Thank you much. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm so proud of you to note of that and something to also put on the table. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. But I mean, aside that, something you think the parallel part is like game part. Goodness. I mean, I understand a couple of guys kind of running and into news and all of that. It's really like an obedient platform. I'm sure anybody reaches out to Saddam or anybody, reach out to me as well and say, "Oh, I want to promote parallel facts somewhere." I'm sure personally, I will not. Even if I say Saddam, I say, don't allow him do it. Don't allow him do it. I will tell Saddam that it won't be that. So please, if you want to do that on your own, it's totally welcome. Then also, like you said, we'll take that suggestion, and I think if you also want to donate, I think, like you said, you've message. We try to resolve all that. Thank you very much for putting that out there. Thank you very much.
You're
Something
welcome.
actually we need to do. It's something we need to do. We need to get parallel fact to as many people, and I think a lot of people should also pick it, what you said. Like we need to get parallel fact to as many people as possible. Of course, we rely a lot growing naturally and it's growing naturally. But at the same time, sometimes you have to find more growth because of the because of the situation we
I know it can grow naturally, but we don't have time. Truth
yeah,
is, yeah, we don't have that time to let it grow naturally. That's just it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
we are afraid. But I think we should start talking. People should start open. I mean, nobody. We may never host the space and say, "Oh, come and contribute." I don't think that will ever happen. I don't know. But I think these are like things that people pick up personally, just find a way to support the parallel fact group. All right. Thank you very much, Alfred. Okay, let's quickly go to okay, let's take a lady. Nello,
Hi, well meaning. Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Saddam, Jimmy, everyone on the speaker and the listener section. Again, thank you for all that you do. Well meaning, you are amazing. Literally, you come from 1 million man to violence space. Honestly, kudos and thank you so much. Well done. So just quick one on the topic of today. You see, this El-Rufai video is, I'm watching the video, I'm looking at that man's face, and you can just see evil personified on that face. They talk about one thing is all these guys, they've just figured out a way to do elections, without performing. That's just what it is, it's that divide and conquer. Like after 8 years, of your governance, your state is, the most insecure state, what have you done for your people? What is the standard of living? I remember there was a time he was taxing everyone, was it 1,000 naira regardless of your income? People were suffering, people were crying. But it's okay because once the election comes, all you need to do is come and say, we Muslims, we have to be Christians, and everybody forgets whether you were performing government, whether all the promises that you made, that you said you were going to do for the state, all your campaign promises, whether you fulfill them or not, it makes no difference. I ask if the Muslim, what is so special about Muslim ticket? I mean, we have states in the north that are Muslim dominated states like Zamfara, like Katsina, like so. Are all those states are they Dubai? Since this Muslim, because we are Muslim, we are we are. And what's the word you were saying? We are we, we are righteous or whatever it is. You would expect the states that have the Muslim governor. That's the states where you have Muslim majority. You would expect that they will be Dubai. They will be, places that people will flock into. But instead, they are like, they are in fact the poverty capital of the country. Zamfara, Katsina, what's your, all those states, Kebbi, how far? So my people, leave all these men that use religion to just advance themselves. They use religion to just perpetuate themselves in power. It's just as simple as that. It's also the same thing. The same exact thing is what happening in Lagos State, Every time it's time for election, they play the tribal card. They know that once it does it, you know, nobody will think again. Even the person that is said one room can children don't even have good school to go to. They don't even have water to drink. You can't turn on your tap and buy pure water. You are buying pure water. You are, you are living in abject poverty. The government has done nothing for you. And you see these people, you see the kind of lives that they and their children they live. But once it's the average person is not happy with the government. But once it's election time, it comes Igbo wants to come and take over. Ah, are we going to put our hands and allow as if the person that is contesting, even when a Yoruba man is contesting, they will still turn it, to Igbo Yoruba battle and automatically you will just see the person has been crying about the movement for the last 8 years. They carry that movement in their head and say, is our APC or because we cannot allow you to take over. I don't know. How long are we going to understand that these people don't care? At the end of the day, their children are getting married to Igbo. The same Igbo that is they want to you're killing yourself with over. If you go on the space, one Yoruba person will say, hey, go back to Anambra, this one and that one. That's why Igbo people are filled with wickedness. That's why I remember someone said that Igbo blood is contaminated. But the same thing that you're carrying on his head, his son is married to an Igbo woman. One of Erufa's child is married to an Igbo girl. So these things are just things that they just use to perpetuate themselves in power. These people don't care about this religion. I don't know how I want to say this thing and how we can preach this thing, how we can get this thing to sink into people's head. If the government does not perform, even if they like, let them bring your brother, chase them away and bring another government into power. Like APC has failed Nigeria the last 6 years. Nigeria come together, even if whether it's in your state level or in the central level, if they like, let them bring your brother, your mother as the person that is going to be their friend. Chase them away and let that party come in. And if that party after their 4 years, there's no even need to wait for 8 years. After 4 years they don't perform, chase them away. See, all these countries that they are strong today, that's what they do. If the party is not performing, they will say, go. You did not do well, just go. Let's try another, let's try fresh ideas. And the thing is that once the party knows that, going, you will see, they will sit up, they'll be forced to sit up. So please, this whole really Muslim, Christian, yes, I know that you don't want to hear things like that, but these politicians, they are not practicing any true religion. They are evil because all the money that they are stealing, I don't know any religion that signs up those money that they steal. They just use this place to put themselves in power. And we need to understand this. All this thing that El-Rufai is doing is just trying to maybe sound one, trying to rouse people up, just in case, because they know that they are going to, the judiciary is going to cancel this election. So they're trying to rouse people up, trying to play up the same religious sentiment, hoping that, if the thing was maybe if the court of appeal give their ruling, you will see that those people in the north, they will maybe want to start fighting or killing or doing one thing as a way of maybe sounding warning to the Supreme Courts. Listen, my people, don't fight their war for them because when they are enjoying the money, they don't involve you. These guys don't care about it. Don't allow them to they will give your imams a few money, a few car or a few whatever. Those people they will come there and be preaching things. But when you are suffering, they never speak up to government. They never challenge government. And it's the same thing with our Christian leaders as well. He said it can't. Where is can? All of them, shush. Subsidy remover, shut. All of them just kept quiet. You are suffering. You are trekking. Your children can barely eat. Your child don't have the kids don't have hospital to go to. They don't have good schools to go to. Everybody is mom. So please, I beg, let's stop fighting these people's war for them because at the end of the day, they don't care. They whine and dine amongst themselves. I use my mic. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Quickly, let's go to Macaulay. I know you have been here for some time. Please go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, this is Macaulay that our obedient brother that is trying to put up together a training for a free participation training for obedience. Yeah. For software engineering and other stuff. So I think maybe you need a solution. All right, Macaulay, are you there?
All right. I'm here. Thank you very much, Women in Nigeria, all the co-hosts and everybody who have put their resources together. All right, to make sure that we have this space running. All right. I want to quickly make my submission in 2 minutes and also share ideas on what about the program that's coming up for all the obedient globally. I think it's quite time. After fighting for our mandate, it's also time to give back to the society. All right. My submission goes this way. What do you really expect from APC? Since 2015, APC come to power. I never expect anything positive from APC ruling. APC is a backbone to this country. APC has destabilized Nigeria. When you come out here and start complaining about Tinubu, why will you complain? Why are you surprised? The same Tinubu who said that he will continue the legacy
of Buhari. This is the legacy, the pro-mass legacy. Now think they suffer like this. This is Buhari pro-mass. Now they suffer like this. It has not started. It has not started. You know, I will only blame our principal because, you know, they always like copying. APC like copying. Our principal said, yes, I will remove subsidy. APC don't have any plan. Tinubu has no plan about removing subsidy. It came up. Subsidy is gone. This is gone without putting any plan in place. Without putting any structure in place. He went and removed subsidy. Now, most of you who are celebrating, yes, so is temporal, is for our own good, is let be doing this much more. You forget so soon doing the Naira design. It was the same issue. If you can suffer for 30 years, let's just suffer for 4 years, that Nigeria will be better. And most of you still believe that APC will remove subsidy in order to favor you. That means you are joking. Talk about the subsidy. Yes, the federal government usually pays a huge amount of money for marketers to subsidize fuel. Now, Tinubu want to remove the subsidy. Then, has APC come out and tell us what they want to do with the money? As APC, Tinubu come out, oh, our president said that I'm going to remove subsidy. This and this, 50%. This and this, what I'm going to do. I'm going to invest into educational sector. So Tinubu never give any tangible reason or what he's going to do with that subsidy money. They will still pocket that money. They will still collect that subsidy money and pocket among themselves, among the allies. And most of you who are celebrating and who are hoping that this government will bring anything positive. You see, when you steal something from people, it's just like those who borrow, those days where we usually borrow clothes. When you borrow clothes and wear, you go for party, as they dance, you like to show off because you cannot afford that clothes. When you borrow somebody's phone, you like to carry the phone so that people will see you. This is what APC is doing. Tinubu know that he cannot afford presidency. You snatch it, you mock it, you steal it. This is how they come to power. It's quite a shameful thing. In Nigeria, we celebrate fraudster, we celebrate drug dealer more than those who have character and competency. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you go die. So when they come out there and be complaining about the APC, stop complaining. It's obviously APC is a terrorist organization. And INEC as a criminal, well-organized criminal organization. Please, before I round up, please, I want to tell the whole obedience, as we are fighting for our mandate, it is quite time to empower the whole obedience. Nigerian youth and obedience are going through a lot. My organization, Sky and Acid Content Limited and the Obedience Tech Space, we're having a free 8-month software engineering training. We've done the first edition and we are in the second edition. The onboarding is starting tomorrow. If you're interested to learn tech skill, please go to my pin in my Twitter. You will see the login, the link for the WhatsApp. Log into the WhatsApp and also join the Google Live tomorrow, where we explain more in details about the training. And the good news is that those in Lagos, we are partnering with Lagos Party to train, also bringing about 300 obedience that will be onboarding tomorrow. So if you are in Lagos, go to Lagos Party website, go and register to make sure that we'll be among the 200 persons Lagos State is bringing. And also partner with the candidate of Labour Party, GRV, to also see how you can train more 200 negotiations. It is time to empower obedience because when you build a strong house, a formidable house, that house cannot be divided. So I want to commend everybody for what they're doing. And thank you, Nigeria, for giving me this opportunity. I look forward all young obedience who are interested to go into tech, but they couldn't afford this opportunity. I want you to tell me right now, and by tomorrow, as you're on board, luckily we'll be selected. Thank you very much, women and Nigeria, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. I mean, your initial submission was quite crazy. It's crazy. The story continues. Meanwhile, guys, I mean, while you were speaking, I just have to go to your timeline on the training. So, I mean, if you are interested, you could hit me up in the DM and see how we could get involved with that. I know it will mean that Lagos State LP and GRV has is also working to get to members of LP in Lagos. So that's why but I think I heard him saying the Lagos website. So thank you very much, my colleague. Thank you for what you're doing as well to contribute to the movement. Okay, let's quickly go to okay. Mr. Strong. I was not saying anything. Let's go to Mr. Strong. Madam, we will come to you.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well, in Nigeria. Saddam, and everybody, thank you very much. I'll be brief because I'll be speaking just on El-Rufai and his, what he's doing. For me, I'm not surprised at what we are hearing from El-Rufai. But what I think is that for him to come out to boldly be saying what he's saying, he knows the ground he has covered already. And he is El-Rufai. I've said it over and over again. Anybody that has followed my tweeting and the few times that I've posted spaces are focused on this man, El-Rufai. El-Rufai is one of the most dangerous human beings that live in Nigeria. But the truth is that I don't know why that guy is so slippery that he does whatever he wants to do and nobody even gives him the attention. If not for obedient movement and what has been happening in the recent times, he would have this video that is circulating would have still gone unnoticed. It is so sad. El-Rufai is so slicky and so slippery that El-Rufai will kill you and you will come to defend him. I don't know how he does that. El-Rufai is a danger to Nigeria. El-Rufai is a risk. El-Rufai is like you have fuel and you bring fire around fuel. El-Rufai would not mind Nigeria burn down. Anybody that knows me knows I make this statement. He would not, he would rather have Nigeria burn to ashes and not have the Nigeria of his dream. That is El-Rufai for you. People don't know who this guy is. That guy is very dangerous. In a sane society, that guy will be in jail forever for terrorism. But this guy will do whatever he wants in Nigeria and walk away. But what is shocking me is not El-Rufai, because I've been on El-Rufai's issue over years now. I tell people Buhari is wicked, but Buhari is too tough to know what to do. There are people that are running things under Buhari were people like El-Rufai. Buhari is thoroughly wicked. But I don't see a Buhari being able have the capacity to sit down and begin to strategize and think of how to achieve the evil mission he and his team had. The brain behind what was going on was El-Rufai. And El-Rufai will speak to this party. Sometimes he presents himself like, oh, he's against what the president is doing. And he is the one that are actually engineering what is going on. I don't have the time to go through how he went against this same path that he supported now. He went against him, all that transpired, and when it was election time, he ran quickly, went to position himself behind Bart, shared themselves, those criminals about, they shared themselves among the southern candidates. They didn't know what they were doing. Their plan was at the end of the day, whoever they want will be the one that will emerge. But thank God they failed. They failed because even Yakubu knows that he failed even in the cheating. He didn't cheat well. I'll round up. But what is my anger is on our so-called church leaders, Christian pastors. But you, we need to understand something. These people have entered these pastors so much, granted them favors here and there, allowed them maybe make imports, do things that they should have paid for, giving them for free, but they didn't know that those things were just the rope they were using to tie them. That's why you see a human being say that El-Rufai has a tender heart. I can't believe I heard. I think I will drop their bet. Let us all know El-Rufai will have Nigeria brought to ashes if he won't get what he wants. Thank you very
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Strong. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to Adamu. Adamu, please go ahead.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
No. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. I just want to speak extensively on El-Rufai and his jihadist agenda. The issue is El-Rufai is just being prominent. His issues is on the limelight because he talks so much. Virtually every like 80%. I'm saying it on live space now. 80% of this northern elite, all of them, they have this religious like agenda. It's not because they like Islam or they are more Muslim than myself or they are more Muslim than the other Muslims from other parts of the country. No, they deliberately use religion to work on the psychology of majority of Northerners. So it's like the um the real stuff they use in unwinking their people to gain political power. In the build up to this election, we I think I tweeted them. There were documents there. I don't think parallel facts was run. There were documents showing, I think, a memo from Kaduna State government sending millions of naira to different affairs in mosques, Sheikh Albani's and mosques, different mosques in Kaduna State. These people, they are still living ignorant. There is stark illiteracy. They have literally visited all the states of the north, with the exception of Borno State. I've been to the 18 northern states, except Borno State. I know how much of these people think. There is this religious, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's ignorance or something. So the politicians are just trying to use that, work on their side, and continue to gain this political power. Now, if you look at the elites in the north, it cuts across. They don't see religion as a thing. But if you see the Kalakawa, the way they carry religion on their head, that's why you will see an elitistic someone in the north going out on Twitter. She will not cover her hair, a senator's daughter, and it's fine. That if it's maybe a poor person, Isba will come and pick the person. That's religious hypocrisy. We've seen, we've seen all of those gibberish. We've seen most of those El-Rufai utterances. I'm telling you, nobody is going to talk. Nobody is going to bring El-Rufai to book. Can we not issue statements because they are not active? They are still in the same bed with the government. What was it called? Murik will not come and criticize the revised statement now because it supports Islam. So the only thing we need to do is that the only voice we have is our own voice. Let us continue to raise our voices against these malicious calculations in politics. Then aside that, on the fuel crisis, it's alarming. Like for the past few days, ever since the subsidy started, I've not been going out, right? But I, since on Monday, I've been going out consistently. No, since on Saturday, yeah, I've been going out consistently. And I can tell you that in a day, I spend close to about 67,000 average on transportation just within Abuja. In ordinarily, I would have just spent like, let's say, 3,000, 2,000, and at the end of the day, you now feel, what am I even doing? Right now, there's nothing like careless out, You need to be very calculated before you go out. And these are some of the things. And we've seen, I don't know why Nigerians we see some a material that is presidential and we still compare it with you can see how Peter Obi explain these things today. This is how much we've been well. This is how much we are removing from fuel subsidy. This is where we are putting it into to improve it. It's different from somebody just waking up and say, "Oh, fuel subsidy is wrong." So for me, I feel we actually need to see. We've not seen anything about it. This is just a tip of the iceberg, right? But let's try as much as possible. Just pray that especially we do the right thing. I'm very hopeful that we will have enough evidence to actually portray some points at the core, which we are already doing. Then on sorry well meaning I cannot I know I'm closing on 10 minutes. Then on the presidential election petition court, please, whatever you can do, the mainstream media, you could see they are trying as much as possible to report like what is necessarily not happening. Just imagine if there was no social media, if there was no parallel facts, if we don't have the mechanism to actually count their narrative. It's tell people that tell me, in the history before, no court has removed the president. And I tell them in the history of election petition tribunal, no election petition tribunal in the history of Nigeria has gotten discovered like this 2023 election petition tribunal is getting. It's invariably made the judiciary and on the spotlight. They are children, I can tell you. It's a matter of fact. The judges, their children are even more obedient than us. So when they get home, they see the post, they understand our feelings. I'm very, very sure that let's continue on this direction. Whatever you can do to bring the witnesses out, show me that even if it's retweeting, liking, uploading, try as much as possible to do that. Remember that you are your own social media, you are your own media. Nobody can do it. Do your best, and at the end of the day, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much to the obedient family. I yield.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's fascinating. And I mean, I think the only point out, is that hopefully enough evidence. Like, I think many people that we have enough evidence. Only the normally disqualified. But now, the truth is that even with evidence, like the judiciary needs to be put under pressure, not I mean violent pressure, under like there's so much pressure that you don't want to do the wrong thing. So and that's where everybody comes in. So that's why I tell people better instead of you to be complaining or magnifying, oh, the judiciary have been bribed, oh, they will not, but you people are wasting time. Just do the ones you can do now. Let us see how that will surface. So thank you very much, Adamu. All right. I'll quickly go to Savik. Ejikeme, I'll come to you after Savik. I know Savik was here earlier then. I'm sure you had to run off to do something. All right, Savik, please go ahead and we'll come to Ejikeme.
Thank you so much, Weminin. Saddam, thank you for the platform. Honestly, this El-Rufai issue, I think we've actually talked about this guy for a very long time. The thing that is so annoying is that you still see some people come out to defend this guy, knowing fully well that this guy is a snitch. Like the last person that spoke out, the second to last person said that the guy is so slippery. When I try to analyze what he said on that video, you will discover that the things that has been happening in Southern Kaduna and why people are being murdered, people are buried in mass graves, he doesn't speak an eye. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't pay condolence visit. He doesn't reinforce the military. He doesn't do anything. He just sit down there and just allow these guys families to be murdered in cold blood. When you connect the dots and you discover that this guy apparently knows what is going on. It's citizen El-Rufai that came out a few years back and told the whole world that he knows where the bandits are, that he's actually going to pay them so that they won't come out and kill his people. So I think what El-Rufai is doing is not something that we think is new. He knows what he's doing. He's not alone in the agenda. And my heart actually goes out to Northern Christians, right? Because they are the people that are feeling this blood so much. The Christians that are down in the south, the nonchalant attitude and I don't care about what is going on in the north is so. If you feel that you are Christian enough, go to the north and practice your Christianity. That's why I tell all these GOs that are parading themselves as GOs down south, riding on helicopters, riding on private jets. You're calling yourself a GO. If you want to be a GO, go to Zamfara, go to Southern Kaduna and be a GO. Let's know what your faith will be like. So El-Rufai knows what he's doing. And don't tell me that El-Rufai didn't know that he was being recorded as he was saying those things. He knew exactly what he was doing. And so the truth is that this guy, if this guy is knocked up, I'm afraid he's going to do the worst because he has showed us who he is, and he's left for Nigerians to take him the way he has shown himself and look for a way to deal with him. And it's so annoying to see that, they can't, since this story broke, nobody from CAN has made any statement. We've not seen any of these Christian leaders come out to condemn it. Rather, we are seeing video people, apparently applauding El-Rufai for what he did before. And so you begin to ask yourself, are we mocking our Christian brethren in the north that are facing this brutal attack every single day? Are we mocking them? If we feel that what is happening in the north cannot get to the south, then we are joking. We are absolutely joking. It happened in our war. So it can happen down the south. It can happen closer to Port Harcourt. We are very closer to the Atlantic Ocean. It can happen in Lagos. And so I think it is time that the body of Christ should stand up. The body of Christ should stand up and demand an end to this brutal attack on Christianity in Nigeria. Unfortunately, some of our Muslim folks that are not in support of this will not like the way we sound, but we just have to say it the way it is. There are some people in the north, very good Muslims, that do not identify with this jihadist agenda. A lot of them. A lot of them do not identify, but it doesn't negate the fact that there are some people that are championing these things. There are some of them that are, because what El-Rufai did there in that video, telling you there is no way you can have a Christian being part of the ticket in Kaduna and apparently in Nigeria in the next foreseeable years. So he knows, he's looking at the numbers. The number of people they have killed in Southern Kaduna, the number of people they have displaced. Those are the numbers he's looking at when he's doing his calculation. If my history serves me right, Kaduna used to be a more like 50-50 split between Christian and Muslim. Now, because of the displacement of people of Southern Kaduna, because of the level of killing that has happened there, that number is now tilted towards more of Muslim than Christian. That's actually the number that El-Rufai is looking or is making for this segment. We need to understand it. Nigerians need to understand. So those brutal killing that is happening down south in Kaduna, the displacement is for a purpose. The purpose is to make that they reduce the number of Christians in Kaduna so that domination of the Muslims in Kaduna can take effect. That's what El-Rufai is saying. He's not stupid when he's making those comments. And I think we need to understand and exactly what they want to do in Nigeria. Nigeria right now is more like 50-50 split between Christians and Muslims, or 49-51. From the last statistics. So if he takes what is happening in Southern Kaduna now and take it to a larger scale, so the ultimate aim is to reduce the population of Christians so that you cannot have that political leverage to win an election as a Christian. So what El-Rufai said, I think the government should actually take it serious. And I don't think the placeholder government that we have now can take it serious. So the religious organizations in Nigeria should stand up. They should stand up and do a coordinated campaign against it. Because the way the lukewarmness within the body of Christ is so annoying. Women, I see your hand. Let me just stand up my thought. The lukewarmness that we have within the body of Christ right now is not something that should continue. If it continues, I'm afraid this onslaught on Christianity is going to continue, because these guys, they don't play a short term plan, they play a long term. It's a long term plan. So if we in the South are thinking that, oh, we are safe, let's leave our northern brother, the Christians in the North, to face the brunt. Sorry, if we don't take action, it's not actually hit us in the South. If you doubt me, go ask Lebanese people, go ask people in Lebanon, go ask people in Turkey what happened. Thank you so much. I yield.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was, I mean, it's very obvious what El-Rufai said. I mean, it's very obvious. So it's just sad. I think it's sad because people are dying. Yeah, we just count it as one. Oh, 162 people died. Just okay, 162. Okay. And the people don't do that, like human life, value of life. Right? It's crazy. All right, GK, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Well-meaning Nigeria and MD Madam, Jimmy, my brother. I would like to continue from where Savik stopped on the Tasmanian devil of Kaduna and the whole of the Northwest region. You see, bigotry begets bigotry. Wickedness begets wickedness. El-Rufai has shown time and time again that he cannot change. His religious bigotry and his dislike for the Christian faith is something I cannot really explain, and why he is like that. It's very unfortunate. But let people like El-Rufai remember that they are not God. They are not Allah. They are not God himself. And whatever a man sows, that is what he will reap. Yes, he is not God, and his government has come and gone. So he cannot decide the fate of Kaduna indigenes and Kaduna people going forward in terms of selecting their leaders. He may have succeeded in enthroning another Muslim ticket, but it is not going to last forever. It can never happen. Nigeria remains a secular state. No religion is more important than another religion. No Nigerian is more important or more Nigerian than another Nigerian. So it's good we drum that straight into that Tasmanian devil's ear to know that his level of bigotry will be rejected in the long run. But more important, let us all as Nigerians condemn what is evil. And what is evil in this situation is that the killings, the bloodletting, the destruction of life in Kaduna State, in the Middle Belt, and all the regions that have, continued to flow with innocent blood and energy of violence has to stop. That's the most important information that we need to drum to all these perpetrators of evil and bloodshed and killing. has to stop. These are Nigerians that do not deserve to die in this way. So this jihad and this targeted Christian killing has to stop. It has to stop. That is the most important thing. Now, of course, the fuel crisis and the PEPT. I want to say that I am happy that the judiciary is actually dragging and putting stress on obedience, and of course, the principal obedience, Mr. Peter Obi himself, because I want a situation whereby he can, for one, hold a grudge. Let him hold the political grudge in a way to sanitize this country. Let him hold this grudge. So let the judiciary stress him. Let us all be stressed, so that by the time we get this government that we're looking for, when we get this government, when we get this judgment, Peter Obi will put his foot down, look people straight in the face, and allow the courts and the law to be meted out on every individual that has brought this shame on Nigerians, that has trampled on the mandate of the people, starting with INEC. Peter Obi will hold that grudge once again to allow the law to take its course on INEC staff that have found themselves, have been compromised in this election, and have brought this level of pain Nigerians are going through right now. And he will not turn the blind eye. He will just allow the law to take its course. And then, of course, they get their sentences, starting with Professor Mahmoud. Yeah. Yes, that is the only way that what we are going through right now, this hullabaloo that we are going with the judiciary, would make sense. Allowing the rule of law to take its course on all of them, and every other person that have compromised themselves, be it the former governor in the past. That is the only way that Nigerians will get justice. If we do not do it, a repeat of what is happening right now will happen again. Nigerians are suffering, and they will continue to suffer until a new government comes to Nigeria. That is the truth. There is no stopping of this carnage and this suffering until these illegitimate criminals in government are shown the way out. They are flung off the window of the court. So all eyes obedience must remain on the judiciary as we continue to march forward in these judicial proceedings that we have already embarked on. And by God and for country, we are going to get our mandate. We're going to get this government, and then most of these criminal elements will be put to shame. And of course, justice will be served on all of them. But for now, all eyes remain on the judiciary. That's all I have for you guys all today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Ejikeme. Please, running very soon. If you're on speaker section and you want to speak, please ensure your hands are raised so we can take you. And please, let's just try to do 2 minutes and watch me. I'll put my hand. If you don't speak on time, then I'll have to repeat it. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go. Fuga, I know you have been dropping comments. Please go ahead. Please, rest of us, let's raise our hand if you speak. Fuga, are you there?
Yeah, I want to say a big thank you to. Yeah, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who has been on this our mandate, and we know we voted for, and we know we won, and I want to say, let's keep making the noise. Let's keep educating Nigeria, because
Bluetooth disconnected.